1, 2. Yeah. We'll wait for a minute. I know that I got to jump on these lives a little bit sooner. So, thank y'all that have tuned in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start doing these like more periodically as I know. I think maybe once during the week, and then on Sundays, we're going to do it like the holy hour, the holy hip hop show. I saw some people doing some shows on Twitter, on YouTube, their holy worship shows. That's what we're going to be doing about hip hop. But yeah, man, today I want to talk about, there's a lot going on in hip hop, especially for today. We got the Ben Shapiro, Tom MacDonald, facts. We did a couple shorts on this, got a lot of hate in the comment section. So I want to address some of you haters out there in the comment section, but I also want to talk about, this is an interesting moment in rap music, in the music industry. Tom MacDonald, who's on the song, actually is doing a live as well right now. I was actually tuning into that before I jumped on this one, so that's one of the reasons why I was running a little bit behind on this one. But yo, man, I want to know, like, comment in the chat section, like, what some of y'all thoughts are as far as this song goes, facts, with Ben Shapiro. A lot of people said that we didn't see this coming. Now, for those of you that know, I studied a little bit of Ben Shapiro, and I got to say that this is a very interesting move that he has done on his part. He's actually one of the people that said that rap isn't music, right? And I should have pulled that up in my queue, but let me see if I can find the Ben Shapiro tweet. Because, we got to go through the history of the beef of Ben Shapiro and why he even chose to do this song. But that isn't the only thing. In case y'all also forgot, Megan Thee Stallion, who I actually want to speak about, plus Nicki Minaj have their little beef going on. Supposedly, Nicki Minaj is supposed to drop a diss track to Megan Thee Stallion at 6 p.m. Eastern time today. Okay? So there's a lot going on in hip hop, and I don't even want to get into the point yet as far as, this tweet is retrending now, and everybody's posting it. I'm going to show you guys this in a second. But there's a lot that's been going on just in the whole culture of rap. Here's the tweet right here where Ben put up saying, fact, rap is not music. And if you think it is, you're stupid. And now all of a sudden, Ben Shapiro's got his rap song. We can't really play it because of
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap.
Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap or a wap. He said wap, but I think he was speaking about the Cardi B. And what a coincidence, man. Let's go to the track real quick. I had it pulled up on Genius. I know it's Tom MacDonald, but I'm just putting in Ben Shapiro so it finds it faster. What a gimmick, man. This is something that we can all learn from. I really hope that anybody that's an aspiring rapper, actually, even if you aren't an aspiring rapper, if you are in the music industry or you want to be in the music industry, you should be paying attention to what is going on right now. Like even Drake, not Drake, but I'm sure Drake is watching. But even Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, because she just dropped a single, have all been watching, including Def Jam Records. And Ben Shapiro just came in and obliterated all of y'all. Yo, I did a tweet on this where I saw, what's it called? I saw Def Jam post up Benny the Butcher, who's actually a dope MC. He's one of my favorite rappers. Can y'all believe that Benny the Butcher, this was on Friday, Benny the Butcher dropped his new single or his album with Def Jam, which is a pretty big release, especially for an underground rapper to get a deal like that. He said he got like $1 million deal. To get a deal like that and to drop your single, right? And then Megan Thee Stallion drops her big diss track to Nicki Minaj, which we will get into a little bit later because there's so much that I want to cover. I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, that I got so much that I want to cover that happened in hip hop this week that it's almost like crazy. I'm trying to see if I can keep up with this, man. Maybe you had to make some notes on this. I wanted to go through the lyrics. The lyrics are already up on Genius, right? These are the lyrics to the Ben Shapiro, Tom MacDonald song. Now, he is definitely doing satire, and he is definitely mocking hip-hop culture in this song. And he's doing it in a very clever and genius way. Now, a lot of people have said, and I want to address this real quick while I'm thinking about it. A lot of people have said, like, oh, you sound like a hater, or you sound bitter, or, you know, I'm surprised I didn't hear the whole OG, you like the 90s golden era hip-hop, and you can't. Listen. I'm not hating on it. If I was truly hating on it, it probably would have never spoke on it, which I'm not a hater. So, you know, I speak on things that I see going on in the culture, right? Because obviously right now we're at a time where we need people to do that. And this is exactly the point that I am making. And by the way, can we get the likes up and the subscribes up so we can get this message out here? Like, let's get the support going, man. You know, I'm also streaming on TikTok, and I got a couple other platforms that we're going to start streaming on. So I hope you guys can follow us over there too. But let me say this, man, not being a hater. I'm just speaking on the fact that Ben Shapiro is not the savior for hip hop. Let me repeat that. Ben Shapiro is he's not the savior. He is not the messiah of hip hop. For him to come in with these conscious raps and talking about how rappers out there talking about violence and pushing drugs, and he even had a line. This is where I want to go through in the lyrics, but I remembered it because I was like, man, how clever and mocking and satire is that? Where he said, I'm on television while you're going to prison, or you're going to prison while I'm on television. Wow, man. Wow. I mean, he took jabs at everybody from Lizzo to Nicki Minaj. And that's what I'm saying. You got people like Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion that are watching. That's what I want to go back to the point of that Megan Thee Stallion tries to drop this album where this is supposed to be her number one diss to Nicki Minaj. And all of a sudden, they pass her up on the list, on the charts, on the trending, on the number one on Amazon, number one on Apple Music. They're passing her up. And she took note of that, which I want to get into later because I heard she even dropped the price on her single to be able to compete with Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. Wow, man. And these guys put out a song mocking rap music and rap, supposedly the rap culture that, you know, let's be honest, Ben, your people made successful. So y'all see this tweet right here. I don't know if you guys can see the tweet right here, but where Ben Shapiro says, fact, let me try to just zoom in on it so you guys can really see it. Fact. And it's funny because he puts a song out years later. This tweet was done like over a decade ago. Can y'all believe that? Fact. Rap isn't music. And if you think it is, you're stupid. Who would have thought over a decade later, Ben Shapiro comes out with a rap song called Facts, and it's the number one song in the country. This is why I say hip hop is at a state of emergency. This is why I say that hip hop is at a state of emergency. You know why? Because Ben Shapiro is not the savior of hip hop. He is not the savior of hip hop, and we need to get this message out here so y'all can see this. Please get these likes up. Please get these subscribes up. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, just like how they're out here doing reporting for their culture and studying our culture, we need to be doing the same thing. I think that this is like a major shot at hip hop where everybody should take note of this. That's into rap music, that's into the culture of rap music. Let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Let's go ahead and do this because we can't really play the song because we don't want the song to get flagged. But let me go to this real quick. Well, here, This is a good point that Tom MacDonald made, which I'm going to come back to. I want to show you this. And like I said, I was watching a little bit of his live stream, and I was just like, damn, man, what he's doing in the industry and what he's saying actually is kind of true. Like, it is a great point that he's making. But let's just do this. Let's go look up the stats real quick of the video facts. Let me pull it up real quick. And man, shout out to Tom MacDonald, man. When I first heard him, you know, we did the song Your America or whatever, and that review did pretty good, or that reaction, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just looking at the stats. Now, if you guys notice this real quick, but Tom MacDonald, man, he's doing the whole industry thing. I mean, he's posting on Twitter. He's just active. He's on all of social media. He's dropping videos. He's communicating with his fans. He's selling records. I'm sure he's doing tours. Man, if you're an independent artist coming up, you should be studying this guy's formula, because this guy is basically doing it. I mean, come on, man. You got the #1 single in the country. And by the way, I think he did that way before the song with Ben Shapiro. I think he's been like trending in like the top 5, you know, hip hop songs since the Your America and the other songs that he was doing. I mean, no, I've only listened to a few of his music, but now I see, man. I see you, Tom. Like, man, you doing it, dude. This formula that he is doing for all independent artists, I mean, it ain't even got to be rap, man. We could just say business and business in general. Everything that this man is doing as an independent artist, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call, is actually very intriguing. All right, so here we go. This is the part that I want to make. And let me know what y'all think. I mean, I've seen a lot of people in the chats or in the comment section on the video, if you guys go to our shorts, that were just like really trying to talk some trash. Okay. So if you look right here, if we can see this, I'm sure if you guys can see this, shrink it down just a little bit. If we go on YouTube, and you guys can do this too right now. I mean, we're on YouTube, streaming on YouTube, looking at YouTube, right? If you guys go right here, you'll see that right here, it says that it's #2 trending for music, right? But we know that that's not true. And we'll open that up in another window. If we see in 2 days, this video has already over 5.3 million views, okay? With no major marketing, no major campaign. I mean, this is something that needs to be studied, like I said. You are a rapper, especially if you are a rapper, but not just a rapper. If you are in business for yourself and you like making money, right? As you should, especially if you live in America. If you live in this country, you should enjoy making money. And it's not just about making money, man. It's also about making money off of the things that you love to do. I saw Grant Cardone, who I'm sure we all know that are on YouTube. He said, you shouldn't follow your passion. I was like, I disagree with that. I think you should follow your passion if you are able to monetize it. I mean, you should always follow your passion regardless if you're able to monetize it or not. But let's be realistic. We all got bills to pay. So therefore, and you got to eat, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, you should follow a passion that monetizes you. And on that note, I would be appreciative if some of y'all could send some super chats, donations, PayPal, Cashapp, beatGrade, $beatGrade. Yo, man, you can Google beatGrade. Yo, man, we appreciate it. And shout out, man. I have been seeing some people out there sending donations and supporting and contributing. So thank you. You know, we can't always depend on the ads and all that stuff to monetize. You know, now it's about the time where we got to reach out to our community. We got to reach out to our fan base. And hopefully our fan base will be supportive enough of us so we can continue to do this. I mean, what you want? You want some of these creators out here to be working at Mickey D's or something like that and not able to get their message across? And not that there's nothing wrong with working at Mickey D's, because that was actually the first job I ever had as a teenager. So I ain't knocking that. Shout out to everyone that works at Mickey D's. Shout you out. But I think that there's got to be a time where we got to elevate to another level. And we know that working a minimum wage job is not going to necessarily help that person elevate to the next level. So basically what I'm saying is that shout out to this guy. I was going to say these guys, but Ben Shapiro, you were already rich, which I will get into in a moment, because I have definitely done my research on you. Maybe not extensively, but a little bit. And for those of you that are just now tuning into the channel, one of my goals has been to debate Ben Shapiro on hip hop music, especially now that he has just put out the #1 rap song in the country. Now I really want to debate him on hip hop. As a matter of fact, if we go to Ben Shapiro's Twitter page, let me see if I can find it. If we go to Ben Shapiro's Twitter page, he actually says that he's the #1, he's America's #1 rapper. Hip hop is at a state of emergency. Sound the alarm. Ben Shapiro says that he's the America's #1 rapper on his Twitter page, which has over 6 million people following him. That's just Twitter. I think on YouTube, he has like another 6 million or so following him. So this guy's got like well over 10 million people following. Interesting that he says America's #1 rapper. Well, Ben, let me say this first of all for the record. You can't be America's #1 rapper just because you got a hot single. That's not how the music business works. You got to actually, well, first of all, we all know the people actually got to vote you to be America's #1 rapper. But if we're going based on numbers, which I know that that's what you do. We're based on numbers, and we could talk about monetary gain later. I mean, obviously, if you're the #1 single being downloaded, obviously you guys are making money. Obviously, I mean, what did Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro just make a few $1 million in a few days? They probably did. Shout you out, because I think if they're selling the single for $1.29, let's just say, if we do some math, right? I think because we got music on iTunes too. I think iTunes or whatever, Apple, they take about 60% or 40% of the music. So about 70 cents. So let's say, give or take, let's just say give or take, you're making 75 cents per download, right? And let me just see if you guys can see this, because I'm just looking at my calculator screen. Okay. But let's just say, yeah. So you're making 75 cents per download. And let's just say, I mean, to get that many downloads in the country, they had to have sold millions. They had to. So let's just say they sold 2.5 million. Should we say that? Yeah. Could they really? So they basically made about 2 million off of that. If we're just saying, I mean, I think they're getting more downloads off of that, but 2 million. But this is the other point that I want to make, though, is that not only did you make probably more than 2 million off of those downloads, but he has such a smaller team. You see, like when Megan Thee Stallion or Drake or Nicki Minaj or somebody of that caliber that's on a major label sells that much, how much is their cut or their points off of the album after they've made that much? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the way Tom MacDonald is doing. I mean, just look at this number. Let me just leave this number up for a minute, because this is what we like to do, man. It's called math, you know? And it's just like, let's acknowledge this, man. If you got a small team, because I was watching Tom's live stream, which hopefully I'm able to play a little bit of it, and I should go to that to make sure that it doesn't get taken down or something, because he was dropping some points in that interview or in that live stream. But he said that he has a small team. He said it's just him, like a few relatives or family, and his wife. does the videos and she directs and she does the editing. So it's like you got your wife. So you got like a strong team, a strong unit. His team is actually his family. Okay? Recognize that. So it's only maybe like 4 or 5 people in that team. Maybe let's just say less than 10 people in that team. And you're splitting up about a couple million between 5 to 10 different people. Shout you out, man. Shout you out, Tom MacDonald. Get a round of applause for that, man. Shout you out. You're splitting about $2 million between a few people. These guys just made probably, I would say, at least about $2 to $3 million in a few days. Now, when Megan Thee Stallion does that, who does she have to split it with? She got to split it with her team, which is Rock Nation, and she got such a big team behind her. Because let me just say this. How in the world can those trash bars be that famous? I mean, did y'all hear her rap, which I wish I could play? I mean, it's so dumb that they don't let us play songs on YouTube anymore without it getting demonetized or whatever. I think she's on Rock Nation, which is, in case you guys don't know, yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce. So she's on Rock Nation, man. Now, let me tell you something. Her raps are trash. Her raps are trash, yo. Can we just be real about it? Her raps are trash. Her and you and you don't. That's how she rhymes to me, yo. Like, that's the way we were rhyming when we were in middle school. You know, and it's just her raps have just the same cadence. Man, her shit is trash. It's trash. Okay. And you know what I heard, and this is the part I want to play from Tom MacDonald, is that she drops her single the same day that Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro dropped their single along with Benny the Butcher. And then you know what happens? Ben Shapiro, Tom MacDonald outsell all of these artists. But the interesting thing, which is the other part I want to get into, is that YouTube and other trending platforms say that Megan Thee Stallion is the #1 trending in America, when clearly the millions of views and the millions of hits and the millions of comments and the millions of reactions were way more for Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald than Megan Thee Stallion or Benny the Butcher. In fact, it was so bad that I did a tweet. Let me pull that up real quick. Actually, Def Jam did the tweet. Def Jam did the tweet and then said, hey, have you listened to the Benny the Butcher new album yet? Same day that Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald dropped, right? I said, yo, man, Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald came in and obliterated you guys. And then what happened? Def Jam deleted the tweet. Let me see if I can pull this up. Def Jam deleted the tweet, man. Right here. So you see right here where I did a retweet where it says post is unavailable. But if you look at the link right here, if you guys can see the link right here, it says Def Jam. See that? They deleted the tweet. That's how bad Ben Shapiro shook up the industry. I'm going to tell you right now, he shook up the industry. You know why? Because those of us that have studied a little bit of him know that basically he says that rap is not music and that anybody can do rap, which we know that's not true because Ben Shapiro obviously is not listening to the greats like the Nas's, the Rakims. I'm sure he's probably aware of Biggie and Pac, but he probably doesn't really study that art form of music because we know that that art form and that type of conscious rap like Mos Def is not in the mainstream. It's not the mainstream. And we know why it's not the mainstream. I'm thinking maybe we could save that for another video. Or we have plenty of videos talking about why it's not the mainstream. I mean, come on, y'all. Ice Spice is up for like 2 or 3 Grammys or something like that. Like, Get out of here, man. Get out of here. So they deleted the tweet. Why would you delete the tweet when you pump in Benny the Butcher? Probably because everybody was talking about Ben Shapiro, man. And it's just, this is just like a learning experience, I feel, where we need to look at this. Like, it makes me almost think, like, has hip hop reached the point where people don't really want to take it seriously as much anymore? So this is the part that I want to see if I can pull up for you guys real quick. Just want to make sure that it's showing correctly here. He tells you right here what's going on.
So if you want to help us.
Let me make sure it starts from the beginning right here. I wish I could play more of the live stream for him, but we don't want to get it copyright. So here we go.
Modes in, let's go. This is how the music industry screws independent artists. Whether you like me or hate me or think my music's awesome or think it's trash, I don't care. I just dropped a new video and a new song called Facts with Ben Shapiro. TuneCore, a distribution company for independent artists, refused to release the song because of lyrical content. Now YouTube is screwing with us on the trending charts. This is Megan Thee Stallion at #1 and my new song Facts at #2. Our video has over 1 million.
Hold on. I just want to stop it right there. That basically, he's saying that TuneCore, which I'm glad I never went with TuneCore. I mean, after hearing this, makes me not want to sign with TuneCore because I was considering dropping some beats on there. He's saying that TuneCore said that they didn't want to release the song because of the lyrics, but there's not one bad word or profanity on that music. So it's going to show you that even as an independent artist, because he doesn't have the machine behind him, that the machine is like, oh, wait, hold on, wait, he's making too much noise, he's getting too much famous, he's getting too famous, suppress it. They're basically suppressing independent artists that are becoming millionaires. So you know what has to happen? So now they need to reach out on their social media platforms to let you know. I mean, this is genius in a way. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, in a way, we need to study this man's hustle because this is a man who's basically doing it. And that's another thing I wanted to say was that you don't think that having 5 million views, like this one person commented right here, where she says 5 million views in 2 days, you're killing it. Yeah, I mean, he is killing it. He is killing it, man. He's killing it so hard that I heard that Megan Thee Stallion, and her company Rock Nation with Jay-Z dropped the price on iTunes from $1.29 to 69 cents just to be able to compete with Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald. If that's not a success story of David and Goliath, of the independent artists taking out the mainstream artists, I mean, like I said, man, this needs to be studied for a lot of reasons. Also because this is basically showing us now that hip hop, rap music is changing. The record industry is changing. Rap music is changing. This is a moment in history right here, yo. Like, for hip hop, this kind of technically is a moment in history. Well, for business, that is. As far as lyrics go, like I said, Ben Shapiro is not the savior of hip hop, even though I know that deep down inside he probably so wants to be. But Ben Shapiro is not going to be the savior of hip hop. I appreciate what Tom MacDonald is doing, but that's interesting that they tried to suppress the song because of the lyrics.
Million more views than hers in the same time frame.
Yeah,
Our
this is the part I
video
wanted to
also
speak
has
of.
over 30,000 more comments in the same time frame.
Yep.
Views and interactions are the metrics that YouTube uses to decide who goes where on the trending charts.
True.
How is Megan Thee Stallion still #1?
Yeah. How is Megan Thee Stallion still #1? And that's what I wanted to put up. I mean, clearly we could see that this is what's on the trending charts on YouTube. This is so interesting, y'all. Like, are y'all feeling this? That's why I said, man, can we please get the likes up, get the views up? We got to get this message out here, man. But this is what I'm saying, man. If you look at the record industry, they're above Ice Spice, who's nominated for a Grammy. They're above Megan Thee Stallion, who has been nominated for multiple Grammys. Or I think she got a couple Grammys, right? Let me fact check that. I think she did, though. I saw pictures of her with Grammys, but, you know, I would like to go to the Grammys website, who we've had issues with in the past, and just look up what they say. Like we said, the Grammys now are just a popularity contest. That's all it is now. It's just a popularity contest. This doesn't want to load, of course. Here, we'll come back to that right there. I mean, I know we already have this. Megan Thee Stallion Grammys. Okay, here we go. Wow, so she won for rap song, new artist. I think this is the one that Ice Spice is up for. And rap performance album, rap performance record. Wow. Are these the awards or the... Huh. Because I'm tripping if that's the awards that she actually won. Well, I know she did. She did win some Grammys, though, because I remember seeing images of her with Grammys. Yeah, I mean, these are the images right here of her with the Grammys. So, wow, she really won that many Grammys? How did Megan Thee Stallion win that many Grammys? Okay, for copyright purposes, I cannot play the song, but I'm going to just play a couple of the verses if we can. You know, or I think we got it on Twitter too, but yeah. I'm only going to play just a couple of the verses if we can. I just want you guys to hear the lyrical rhyme pattern.
My pussy so famous might get...
Oops. Yeah, that's actually the part I wanted to play though, where she says, "My is so famous I should marry Chris Jenner."
He hook nose full of that Tina Snow, and since these niggas so obsessed, my pussy so famous might get managed by Chris Jenner next.
Might get best with Chris Jenner next. Might get married by Miss Chris Jenner next. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this is whack.
Can't move on, can't let it go. He hook nose full of that Tina Snow, and since niggas...
All right, let's just go to the part where the beat is.
Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Bitch, you a pussy.
This is trash, yo.
Don't like me cause they know I'm on their neck. Y'all goofy assholes look so dumb. Nigga, ain't you here? I ain't scared of dick. Any man go against me, I handle shit. I'm a Teflon Don in the courtroom. They be throwing that dirt on shit stick.
I mean, those raps are so basic and so elementary. I mean, for real, y'all. For real, y'all. Those raps are so elementary. I think I've heard high school kids that could rap better than that at a talent show. That is so basic, man. And then Chris Jenner next. And I might get managed by Chris Jenner next. Oh my God. Oh, you want to be a Kardashian so bad, right? That's why you was with Kylie Jenner when the whole thing happened with you and Tory Lanez. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, why is this winning Grammys? How is this in the world winning Grammys? This is so basic when you got people out there like Rhapsody and Dej Loaf and all that, who I think are such underrated female rappers. But we know why. We know why she's where she's at. Why? Because you guys see right here, she's on Rock Nation. That's why. In case you didn't know, right here, you see in the upper left-hand corner, Rock Nation. That's why. So this kind of explains to me how and why Megan Thee Stallion is trending above Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald, which makes absolutely no sense. Thank God they're above Ice Spice. I will say that. I know this is going to be crazy. I know this is a reach. I almost want to say that Ben Shapiro came off harder than I've ever heard Ice Spice ever rap. She has a song called Fart. Does Ice Spice really have a song called Fart that is trending? No, we ain't going to play that. Oh, my God. Let's see. I'm not sure who these others are. Justin Timberlake. That was the other funny thing, is that he said, hey, guess what? I passed you up, Justin Timberlake, who just did SNL. Chief Keef. And by the way, that whole SNL thing was just terrible. The recent episode. Travis Scott. Ariana Grande. I mean, come on, man. Kali Uchis, who I think is a little overrated too. But Ariana Grande, Justin Timberlake, Megan Thee Stallion, Kevin Gates, Ice Spice. I mean, Ben Shapiro just basically came in and just crushed all of these cats, man. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I might have to just take a peek at this because I gotta hear what they doing over here. Wait, we don't want no always gotta be twerking. She can never put out a video or any rap song.
You want me to say something?
The beat sounds alright though.
Can you please?
Think you the shit, bitch? Even the fault. I be going hard. I'm breaking they heart.
Damn. How in the year?
And I'm keeping one tuck.
Keeping one time.
I make me some jams.
Okay. She's definitely not bad to look at. I will say that. Grammy nominee, yo. Grammy nominee. I think she's got multiple Grammy nominees. So that's just where we at right now. Yeah, man. So if we go to let's just see what some people were saying about this, man. I want to see. I think even Dr. Jordan Peterson, Tim Pool, some other people went on to speak on this. It's crazy, man. Let's see if we can find the one part on Tim Pool. Yeah. Let me just play a quick little verse of here. Fact version of his latest song. People loving this, man. And that's another thing that I want to say real quick. When we were speaking on this video, we weren't hating on it. We were just explaining what is going on. Yeah, see, he's even above Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. Like I said, man, if you guys aren't paying attention to what is going on right here, then you probably don't deserve to be in the rap business anyways in the first place. There was this one part where Tim Pool was talking about this, and I just want to see if we can pull this up. But yeah, man, like I said, in the meantime, let's get these likes and get these subscribes up, man. Because like I said, man, we got to get this message out here, yo. I really feel that hip-hop has reached a time where it has started to change. And that's what I want to do, is go through the lyrics of what Ben Shapiro was talking about because, man, that was informative. I mean, I even wanted to talk about the Eminem diss, but I just felt that Eminem diss was such trash that I don't even want to cover it. You know, the one where he did the role model beat and he just dissed Benzino for no reason because it just sounded like he had nothing else to talk about. Here we go.
Crazy. And of course, my friends, things are getting absolutely crazy. And of course, my friends, I don't really know how to say this. I'm just going to. Ben Shapiro is the #1 rapper in the world right now. All right. Let's be fair. It's not absolutely true and correct to say that, but on iTunes, worldwide,
Thank you.
Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald have released a song, and that in which Ben Shapiro raps one of the verses, and they're in the top of the iTunes charts. Now, a lot of people point out sales aren't, it's not a lot of competition on iTunes. We've done something similar. However, the song just went up. And so this is massive to reach this level in one day. And if everybody buys the song on Amazon or iTunes, it is entirely likely that Ben Shapiro could be, as of next week, not next week, but so throughout this next week, they'll track the charts. And then the following Tuesday, we'll release the Billboard charts across the board. Ben Shapiro will probably be a Billboard charting hip hop artist and rapper because already the amount of sales they have.
That's really crazy, yo, if you guys really think about what Tim Pool just said right there and how he just broke that down. I mean, that's crazy that he could be the #1 rapper on the Billboard charts. Now, I almost wonder, could that song Facts by Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald go up for a Grammy nomination? I almost feel, and I almost can't believe that I'm saying this, man. I cannot believe that I'm saying this. But now that I come to think about it, that song to me, if Megan Thee Stallion is going to win Grammys, that song to me actually classifies as a potential Grammy nomination. Now, I don't know if he'd be up for this year. It would probably it would have to be up for next year's. But that song could technically get a Grammy nomination for what it's doing. I don't know what section it would go under. I don't know if it would go under hip-hop rap single or if it would go under comedic album, I would hope they would put it under comedic album, because it's definitely satire and definitely a comedy. It's not to be taken seriously. But then again, maybe it is. But I will say, man, that, wow, if Ben were to get a Grammy nomination, let's just say if he won the Grammy, oh, man, he would just mock the hip-hop culture forever if he got a Grammy for a best rap song. I bet you if Ben Shapiro won best rap song or best rap single, what if he even came out as best new artist? Oh, man, he would probably put that Grammy on his desk.
Right. I'm not ashamed because I'm white.
I'm not ashamed. Okay, we're going to go over the lyrics in a minute, but...
This, let's get a Billboard #1.
So they're already talking about it. I wonder if they paid for it. I wonder if they paid for the Billboard hits, because it's like, how the hell did he say everything in that song and then he predicted it to become true? It's pretty crazy, man, if you really think about it. Let me open it up on a different screen. Let's try this. But like I said, I mean, we can't really play the music anyways because we're going to get the copyright. I just, for those, I mean, how could some people not have heard it yet, right? But,
Let's just keep it. Be the man that you can.
Dogs, no one knows who you are.
everybody's trying to claim on
Let's look at this.
sorry, I just don't want the copyright.
I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie,
My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. He's just taking jabs at everybody.
you're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television.
That's
Dogs,
the part.
no one knows who you are. Keep hating
You're going to prison, I'm on television.
on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens.
Damn it, Ben. Damn it. He got us, man. He got us. He got us, man. Oh, man. This, talk about battles. Talk about battle rap. Eminem 2.0. Woo. I mean, this is incredible, yo. Just this whole scenario is incredible. And the fact that he even got Nicki Minaj responding to this. And the fact that she didn't even know who Tom MacDonald is. Now, I doubt that. I doubt that Nicki Minaj could be at that level of fame and not be of rappers that are hitting the radar. Because Tom had said that in one other post where he said, hey, Nicki, I'm the other guy rapping on the song. She knows who he is. She just didn't want to say his name because she knows that if she said his name, that she was going to give him fame. Bars. So it's really just, man, how he's just taking the jabs at everybody and saying what he's saying, and he's got it going down here. And thank you for the likes. I appreciate the people that are supporting, the people that are coming in, the people that are watching, streaming. Like I said, please share this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel, so we can get it out there, man. And like I say in the title, man, are white rappers the future of conscious rap? Because it seems like even if we go down to Eminem, it seems like it's only rappers that are Caucasian are the ones that are speaking about, hey, man, this is what's going on in the world. Like, I'm upset about this. I'm upset about the inflation. I'm upset about the borders. I'm upset about the presidential election, whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. I mean, they're talking about all these types of issues that are going on in the country or the world, the wars. And then what do we have rappers talking about? Absolutely nothing. The majority of all the rappers out there are talking about absolutely nothing. And like I said, shout out to Benny the Butcher. I'm a Benny the Butcher fan. And I'm going to play a little bit of that. Okay. But we're looking at stats right now, right? So Megan Thee Stallion dropped the same day. She's at 4 million. Tom MacDonald, if I go back to this real quick. Okay, Ice Spice, she's at 2 million, right? 2.2 million. Tom MacDonald's at 5.3 million. So he's like completely just blown away all the competition. Right? And this is the other part I wanted to see. Benny the Butcher, who I mean, come on, man. Y'all can look at our channel. We got an interview with Benny the Butcher, or a shout out from Benny the Butcher, where he shouts us out. before he got famous or before he's getting famous now, right? His video was Snoop Dogg. He got Snoop in his video, who, by the way, did y'all hear the news today that Snoop did an interview with the Times and said that he now endorses Trump? When just a few years ago, he was telling you not to vote for Trump, and that if you vote for Trump, that you're dumb. Yeah, we just did a short on that. Go check that out. Or if you don't believe me, you can Google it and you can look it up on Twitter if you guys don't believe me, because some people have tried to say it's fake news. And even if it is fake news, whatever, I don't believe that Snoop went out there and said that and didn't get paid for that. I think that a lot of these Democrats go out and pay rappers as much as they can to get them to go and speak about Biden or speak about being a Democrat. But let's be honest, man. Looking back, I think that Trump has supported more rappers than any other president, including Obama. Because if you look, he pardoned Kodak Black. He got A$AP Rocky out of jail when he was in Switzerland or wherever the heck he was. Snoop was just saying that he pardoned Michael Harris, who was the CEO of his first label. He also went on to sponsor a Mike Tyson fight. He's been in numerous TV shows, black TV shows like The Fresh Prince. I mean, it's just like, yo, man, when you look at the facts and you look at the history, it's just kind of like, how could Snoop say such a thing? And if Snoop really did backtrack like that and say, hey, I ain't got no problem with Trump, but just a few years ago, you were talking about if you vote for him, you a dumb mother. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, Snoop, what's up, man? What's up, dog? Are you getting paid, or is this not really real? I didn't come here to play the video. We'll play a little clip.
Ain't nothing like that first M. Feel like I'm going on my second life.
I like that. Ain't nothing like that first M. Okay, I feel that. Bars. But look how many views Benny got. He's only at 330K in 2 days, which isn't bad. I mean, he's trending. He's in the top 50 trending. What a jab for Benny the Butcher, man. That Ben Shapiro, speaking of the other Ben Shapiro puts out a song the same day as you drop your single with Snoop Dogg. And he's like, yo, man, you just got your first M. You signed with Snoop, or you signed with Def Jam. So you know Jay-Z probably a part of that. I think, yeah, he is, because I think Benny's on Rock Nation as well, right? Shall we look it up? Let's look it up. I know he is. I'm pretty sure he is, because I always do my research on these things. But, you know, things change sometimes, and who knows, right? Let's hope that your site works better than the Grammys. Well, yeah, we see right here, Benny the Butcher, that we can find on Rock Nation. He's very, very infatuated with Italian mafia stuff. I want to just do this real quick, if this is okay with you guys. Let me just go to their music. Oh, look, Hiss is out now, according to Rock Nation. Okay, so this explains. How do y'all feel, man? I would love to interview Jay-Z on this, man. How do you feel that Ben Shapiro dropped? These are all the artists on Rock Nation. A$AP Rocky, starting with him. How do y'all feel that Ben Shapiro dropped the same day? Alicia Keys, Angie Martinez, and he just obliterated your artist, Benny the Butcher. So two of your artists came out the same day. Look, here we go. Benny the Butcher right here on Rock Nation. See, we're doing some research today. That's what I say. Y'all gotta like and subscribe, man. How many other channels are going deep into the hip-hop culture like this and showing you how this industry works? The reason why I'm able to show you how this industry works is because I used to work in the music industry, and I know how these record execs think. So Benny the Butcher drops. He's on Rock Nation. Now, I just want y'all to pay attention to this real quick. He's on Rock Nation, right? Same label as you know who, Megan Thee Stallion. Interesting, right? They both have singles that drop the same day. Now, I don't know what label Megan Thee Stallion is on, but Rock Nation basically is like a label, okay? If you're down with Rock Nation, you're pretty much on, okay? So, let's see here. I just want to pull up this other thing real quick. I just wanted to take a look at something. You got two artists that drop the same day, right? And then all of a sudden, Ben Shapiro. Oh, let's not forget, Big Sean is also on Rock Nation. Casanova, but damn, I guess they couldn't help him. Oh, I thought that was French Montana for a second. Well, I wouldn't be surprised though. Fat Joe, Ferg, Eric Bellinger. That's dope. I like Eric Bellinger. I'm glad to hear that he's on there. Let's not forget J. Cole. Wow, Jay Bavlin. I mean, pretty much everybody that's running the industry is on Rock Nation. Jay Electronica, Jaden, Jadakiss. I mean, we're in the J's. Look, we're just in the J section, and we got Jadakiss, Jaden, and Jay Electronica. Not to mention the ultimate J, Jay-Z. You like how I flipped that there, right? Bars. Oh, man, I'm kicking bars on this stream right here. I hope y'all with me on this, man. I feel like I'm going in. I feel like I'm learning something today. I'm learning something. Lil Uzi Vert. I'm just looking at the rappers. I mean, I know some of these artists are big artists, so don't get mad at me if I skipped over any of them. Like, oh, you skipped over that artist. Look, Megan Thee Stallion and Miguel. And then don't want to forget Moneybagg Yo over here. So pretty much, if you've noticed, everybody that's on this label is pretty much dominating hip hop for the most part. And let's not forget Rihanna. Okay? So, yeah, man. I mean, this Rock Nation, man. You on Rock Nation, you controlling the industry. So this is my point. Let me go back here. Excuse me, y'all. I mean, it's interesting to go through their roster. So this is my point. Benny the Butcher drops same day on Rock Nation. $1 Million deal. Def Jam. You got Snoop Dogg on like one of your first singles. Basically, what Snoop is in your video, basically you've been anointed, right? Here's the anointing, Dr. Dre, like he did for Kendrick Lamar. Snoop Dogg. I mean, Snoop Dogg did the same thing for Kendrick too, right? Let's just go through a little bit of history real quick. I know that's something to definitely pull up. When Snoop, Eminem, by the way, what happened, Dan? That looks like an AI Joe Rogan right there. Dan, Joe Rogan looks like he's under AI technology right there. Let me just look up Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar show. I don't know which one it is. I mean, they got the Super Bowl and all that stuff now, but there was some footage where, yeah, this is it right here, I think. At a TDE show. Oh, the game was there too.
Wowzers,
where he basically passes the torch to him.
Stay tuned. They got the good stuff, not the regular news you used to hearing every day with the sad and all the politics. Real stuff from the streets.
Early Snoop. How old is this video, man? Man, more than 5 years ago.
Pass the torch to you. We watching all this love. It's a beautiful night, my nigga.
So yeah, here's where Snoop Dogg passes the torch to Kendrick.
You great at what you do. You ain't good at what you do. You great at what you do. And the people out here, they represent and they showing you that. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna mean this. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga. You better run with that motherfucker. You better run with it, nigga, because it's yours.
don't know why the game has to be all up on Kendrick's shoulders like that. But you got Corrupt right there in the sunglasses for y'all that don't know. Snoop and the gang. Looks like they was at a show. And this is, I don't even know if this is before or after Good Kid, Mad City drop, which is, man, Kendrick in his prime. But I will say that, yeah, man, this is when basically he got the torch passed to him. So this is what Snoop does, man. Snoop comes in and he passes the torch. And if you get the approval from these gentlemen, then you will most likely be on your way. I mean, isn't this kind of technically what happened with Ice Spice? Ice Spice got her approval from Drake. Drake was flying her out. Drake wanted to be on a song with her. I don't know. Something like that was going on, right? Yeah, I was just reading what some of y'all was saying. Not making no sense.
Stay tuned with us at GhettoNewsFlash.com to see more of the exclusive interview with Kendrick Lamar. It's a historic night. You don't want to miss out. You can also follow me on Twitter at Ghetto Newsflash. You're watching News for the Intelligent.
Shouts out to the people who interviewed Kendrick before he became famous. That was very smart of them to get that. Wish I was there to get that interview. Yeah, man. Shouts out to them. They were smart to get that interview with him. So, yeah, I think I want to go over to the lyrics, but let me see if I can find this one part. So you guys see, basically the whole point of why I brought that up was the anointing. So Def Jam is probably thinking, oh, we got, Benny the Butcher and Snoop in the same video. And then Ben Shapiro, here comes Ben Shapiro, and he just annihilates all the competition, man, including Snoop, including Benny the Butcher, including Ice Spice, including Megan Thee Stallion, and we are about to see what happens in a few hours with Nicki Minaj. By the way, she's about to drop her diss response to Megan Thee Stallion, I believe, in 1 hour. A lot going on, man. Plus, we got Taylor Swift at the game, and we got Eminem at the Detroit Lions game later on. So I know there's a lot going on today. And so shout out if you rocking with me right now. I really appreciate it because I know that there's some really big football games going on right now. And it's all about who's going to go to the Super Bowl. And speaking of which, I was just looking at what was trending online. And I can't stand when I see stuff like this. I get it. They're trying to post like what's going on and what's happening, and we don't want to go through the whole Taylor Swift thing. And oh my God, what about that whole Taylor Swift AI? Should I cover that? Because I know that there was a lot of hate in the comments for that. Let me know if I should cover that crap. I will say this. If you want to be on TV every single waking moment and you want everybody to see you and completely always be in the public eye and like, oh yeah, we're so happy we're at the game. I'll just say this real quick while we're on the subject, that there's a possibility that people are going to make fun of you on the internet. Don't choose to be famous. Do you know how long I have been doing YouTube for? This is why it's funny when people in my comment section or like on the shorts or whatever, you know, because the shorts get a lot of hits. I think some of them are on their way to 1 million. By the way, I just hit over 1 million on Facebook. That was pretty interesting. So I'm like, maybe Facebook is cracking still. But it's funny to me how they, oh, well, you know, this and that and talk their trash. And man, do you know that YouTube used to be a place where people could just spew their racist and hate towards you in the comment section and it would just ride. They didn't start censoring comments until, I don't know, maybe like a few years back or something. But way before that, man, I'm talking like 10 years ago. I mean, we've been doing YouTube for a minute. A long time ago, man, there was a time where you could just talk trash on YouTube and that would just ride. I mean, I've had people call me everything you could think of in the book. Yes, including a nigger. I've had people call me everything on this platform and on other platforms. Do I let it affect me? No. As a matter of fact, I don't mind seeing comments like that because it lets me know what the people are really thinking and how the people really are. Don't censor the comments. I think it's dumb that they censor comments now. I think it's dumb that TikTok now says, oh, these comments need your approval first before being posted. At least they're doing that now, because there was a time where, I don't know if YouTube still does that or does this, but there was a time where they would just not even approve the comments. And, you know, that was that. And I'd say, you know what? Those comments don't hurt. I want to know what people are thinking. So my point is this. Taylor, if you don't like the AI, and I don't know if she really spoke on it, but if you don't like it, then you shouldn't be so famous. But yeah, like I said, we're not here to talk about that because I know that everybody more so is here to talk about hip hop. But man, what a Super Bowl it would be if Kansas City goes and then they go up against Detroit and Eminem is in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Do we have any footage of Eminem doing his thing for Detroit? I mean, how big would that be for the NFL if Kansas City and Detroit goes? And then you want to talk about fixing games? You gonna bet on that in Vegas? I don't know.
Detroit versus everybody.
I don't know who that girl is.
I'll be the quarterback, the entire line, offensive line, and the receiver, and I will throw it to myself, and I will score a touchdown in the third quarter.
Isn't that Flavor Flav?
We've been at this shit since No Fly Zone. What the fuck you thought it was? We've been on our own business for the longest, goddammit. Detroit been back. Don't act like we just started this shit because the Lions finna have a Super Bowl championship, and you know that too.
I'll give you guys the play-by-play because I know that you guys are probably curious, some of y'all, of what's going on. Not that I really care, but it is the Super Bowl. We are talking about the Super Bowl here. So, yeah. I don't know if the stats are updated yet on Twitter, but who cares? So, yo. Should we get into the lyrics? Because that was one part of this video that I definitely wanted to do, that I said that we need to do. And thank y'all again, man, for helping out with everything. I appreciate it. I like to get these likes up and these subscribes up. I mainly want to focus on Ben Shapiro's raps, not Tom MacDonald, because I know that Tom MacDonald is a serious rapper. So Genius has this up. Here are the lyrics for Facts. They wrote a review. Okay, so Tom MacDonald produced the beat. I wonder who wrote Ben Shapiro's lyrics. This is an interesting review. from Genius, if this is true. I don't know if it's from Genius, but it could be from, some writer or some reader or something like that. But basically, this person goes on to say that, in fact, Tom MacDonald attacks the political left and expresses many of his conservative views in the song, and also features well-known conservative debater and Daily Wire host Ben Shapiro making his music debut, which is just crazy that this was his debut. This is the first time, supposedly, that he's ever rapped. Or let's just say this is the first time that he's ever rapped in public. I'm sure he's had to rap before because his enunciation and his breath control. Well, then again, I mean, he does host the Daily Wire, so I'm sure he knows how to project. Shapiro previously interviewed Tom in May. And in that interview, Tom MacDonald calls himself the Ben Shapiro of rap. I could kind of see that. Ben did say he was down to do the... yeah, they changed it up, man. Or maybe that was just one of the contributions. There's other ones. There was one I read that was like horrible, where it just says like, he is basically ruining hip-hop culture. All right, see, this is what I like to do. I like to go to the credits. Yeah, if the crowd wants it. This just goes to show you that you should just build a following and forget what everybody says. So it says featuring Ben Shapiro. There was another review where someone was talking trash about it, and I was actually surprised that was even up there. But maybe Genius took it down. I don't know. Maybe because they want to be unbiased. And maybe that's why. Anyways. So yeah, I'm not seeing written by Ben Shapiro anywhere on this. So most likely Tom MacDonald probably wrote Ben Shapiro's part 2. Because now that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that if Ben Shapiro actually wrote that verse, wow, that's impressive. That's impressive too. But now I can see that maybe he didn't. But he definitely was talking trash about the people that he has talked about on his show. So maybe him and Tom MacDonald, they probably obviously got together, talked, and he probably told him his views, or Tom has probably studied Ben enough to where he already knows. And boom, he wrote the verse for Ben Shapiro. Sometimes I hear that people even rap the verses, and then they play it for the other person. And they say, hey, just do it like this. Just rap it like that. That's how I want you to rap it, which makes sense because singers do the same thing. They'll sing a song, they'll sing a melody, and then they'll say, just do it like this. And, you might put your own little spin on it, but for the most part, they'll probably start it off the way they want it to start off. So, all right, that answers that question. For the most part, I think Tom MacDonald wrote Ben Shapiro's verse because that's what I really wanted to know. Nobody was asking that question, like, who wrote your verse, Ben? All right, yeah, like I said, I want to focus on Ben's verse because I know that Tom was being a little bit more serious in his verse. And this is it right here. But you know what? Before I do this, let me see if I can pull up the stream real quick because like I said, we want to do some history and we want to do some research. Let me pull up the stream real quick with Tom MacDonald talking about what the record industry and the record companies are doing with his independent release. I know that we already heard the short of where he said that, but I believe he went into more detail right here. If hopefully I still have it up.
I think I've seen like 4 or 5. I've commented on the ones that I've seen and
hopefully we
can
can play a little bit of this.
Told them that, those reactors and told them that I appreciated it. But I haven't seen. Dude, I did see that last night. One of my friends texted me and said, "Yo, Megan Thee Stallion just dropped the price of her song to 69 cents." To compete with you guys. She also posted the link.
This is the part right here. I hope I can play this without the video getting flagged, but this is really important how Tom is basically telling you what the record industry is trying to do to suppress his release, which is crazy. I mean, this basically shows you that if you are that hot and you take over the public opinion and you take over the people's ears that much and grab that much attention, that the machine is trying to do what it can do to not promote you. This is the reason why people like Lil Durk and Lil Baby are famous. I've been trying to tell y'all this forever. It's because the machine pushes those trash raps, okay? They sign a deal, right? And they put them on the radio, and they make sure to play the same 5 or 6 songs in rotation every single day, every single hour of the day in rotation. Like I said, and I've said many times, I remember listening to the radio and hearing Drake on 3 different stations at the same time. I don't believe that any artist, I don't care whether you're rap, rock, jazz, or classical music, I don't care what type of music you make. There is no reason why your music should be playing at the same time on 3 or 4 different stations. No reason whatsoever. But that's what the machine does. The machine pushes and plays the music continuously over and over and over again, because they know that if they do that, eventually it's going to get into your subconscious psychologically, and you will go and you will buy or download the album. Even if you don't like it, you might not even like it, but it's because you've heard it in the club, you've heard it in the radio stations, you've heard it in the movies, you heard it in commercials, you hear it in Starbucks, you hear it at the grocery store, you hear it at the gas station, you hear it everywhere you go, to where it just implements into your subconscious to where you're finally like, oh, you know what? I think I like that song. You see, because if you don't hear it enough, then you're not going to really know what's going on. And like I said, man, we're talking about the psychological energy of what music can actually do. Not to mention that music can also heal people and change the world. And also they used it to build pyramids. That's the other thing that they don't want to talk about. Oh, did they ever talk about that they use sound to move things and to do levitation? That'll be a whole nother video, but we could talk about that later. But yes, if you do study some parts of the pyramids, which is what I have done, still do, and have been to Egypt, so I can speak on this. I have been to the pyramids more than once. I have meditated at the pyramids. So yes, I can speak on this. And I will tell you right now that a lot of the secrets that they want to keep from y'all is to let y'all know that they use sound, frequencies, vibrations, musical vibrations, to perform levitation, to move the stones. There have been a lot of archaeologists that have figured this out. So my point is saying that music is very, very powerful. And the powers that be understand this. This is why they infiltrate the radio stations and the mainstream with their stupid agenda to keep people stupid and keep this brainless, mindless music such as Sexy Red and Ice Spice. I mean, come on, man. Have we seen some of the videos of Sexy Red where she's rapping with a bunch of cash? She's talking about her booty hole, which we all know is old news now. But then she supposedly, allegedly has this porn of her video of her come out that should have never came out. And by the looks of it, it looks like I don't think she wanted that to come out either. And this is the music that's on the radio. Ski, ski, right? And the stupid Ice Spice and Megan Thee Stallion music, right? And then what happens? Ben Shapiro comes in with Tom MacDonald, and they drop this song called Facts, basically mocking, talking trash about the whole rap culture and all the trash that you guys put out. And then all the trash that you record labels allowed to come out. And then all of a sudden, they get the #1 single in the country. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
That goes directly to iTunes on her Twitter. And they never, these mainstream artists don't give a shit about iTunes. Just dropped the price of her song. That last night, one of my friends texted me and said, yo, Megan Thee Stallion just dropped the price of her song to 69 cents to compete with you guys. She also posted the link that goes directly to iTunes on her Twitter. And they never, these mainstream artists don't give a shit about iTunes. They're so concerned with streaming that they push Spotify and Apple Music and shit like that. They never post links to Amazon or iTunes.
I hope y'all are following, liking, and subscribing, because this part of the live, I'm not sure how long this live stream was that Tom MacDonald did. He did it today too, by the way. So we right on time with this. This live stream that Tom MacDonald just did, he is dropping so many gems and so many jewels of the record industry and what to know that I really hope that y'all are paying attention right here. This is real shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's stuff that we need to pay attention to because, like I said, I mean, some of us take this record industry, this music seriously. And like I said, man, please, let's get the likes up. Let's get the subscribes up. I need y'all to tell me what's up. Speak to me. Let me know what's going on. Send a DM. Maybe sometimes I might even start taking phone calls at one point. But like I said, I'm not sure if this stream is still even up or where it's at. Luckily, I was watching it earlier and I was able to pause it and leave it on. But, yo, man, he's spitting some facts right here and letting us know what's up.
So yeah, I will check him out, though. The Clapper of Cheeks says, great name, brother, says, did you notice Megan Thee Stallion dropped the price of her song to try and catch up with you? Shenanigans. Dude, I did see that. Last night, one of my friends texted me and said,
dropping knowledge right here.
Megan Thee Stallion just dropped the price of her song to 69 cents to compete with you guys. She also posted the link that goes directly to iTunes on her Twitter, and they never... These mainstream artists don't give a shit about iTunes. They're so concerned with streaming that they push Spotify and Apple Music and shit like that. They never post links to Amazon or iTunes. But Megan knew that we were kicking her ass so bad on the iTunes charts that she posted the direct link to iTunes and then dropped the price of her song down to 69 cents so she could try and catch up with us. So I'm saying, bro, like the industry is full of little quirks and little things that they can do to try and get ahead. Which is why, you know, when I come on here and I'm like, guys, I need you to fucking download this song, download it on iTunes, download it on Amazon. Like, this is why. This is the type of like little shit that that we have to deal with constantly. So, you know, whatever. Our song's $1 or $1.20 or something. Megan Thee Stallion's is 69 cents. I think that our song's much better. So I think it's worth the extra 60 cents. It's 60 cents more expensive.
I think that their song is definitely much better. No doubt about that. I will say that Megan Thee Stallion song is definitely trash.
Than Megan Thee Stallion song, man. I think we delivered. So one more time, guys. If you're watching this right now, like I said, there's 4,500 people here. If everybody just rolled over to iTunes or rolled over to Amazon, if you got an iPhone, go to iTunes. If you got an Android, go to Amazon and just download Facts by Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. Let's get this thing to #1 on the Billboard charts next week. They stop collecting the numbers on Thursday. We have 4 days. 4 days, we got to hold on to that top spot and get as many downloads as we possibly can. And hopefully we end up at #1 on Billboard next week. That would just be fucking hilarious and awesome. So
I know I said this, that, you know, the hip hop is at a state of emergency, which it kind of is by having Ben Shapiro, a white supremacist, on a rap song that's going to be #1 in the country, or already is #1 in the country, but I guess they want to secure it to get to the Billboard charts, right? So that's good. Like, they're aware of like how long they need to be on there for and how they collect the numbers and the stats. Like I said, man, there's some jewels that are being dropped through this live stream on my end and on Tom MacDonald's end that I feel that we can all learn and take something from. But I will say, man, after hearing his speech, and, you know, let me fix this real quick. And hearing his delivery on it makes me feel like I almost want to support the song and get it up and make sure that it stays at #1 on the Billboard charts. Because I think that what they're doing right here is that they're proving a message. They're making a message. But then again, it's like, do I really want to support that song because Ben Shapiro is on it, who I think is a white supremacist? Now, other people have said Ben Shapiro's racist. I thought that in the beginning, but now I'm starting to think that he's not, because there's no way that he could have took the time to do this and put the energy and effort into this to be racist. So I don't think that he's racist, but do I think that he is a possible white supremacist? Yeah, I think he could be. Now, just because he's a white supremacist, does that mean that he can't rap? I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't think anybody's ever thought of something like that. That might be a question for Dr. Umar. Well, I know that he'll say no, but still, that might be something that I want to know his thoughts on, because it's like, well, what if somebody is a white supremacist? Should they be allowed to rap? You see, this whole Ben Shapiro rapping thing really makes us think. It really makes you think. And I want to pull up this one thing real quick before I forget. I'm gonna come back to it. We're gonna do the lyrics, but Van Lathan talked about white rappers. I think he did. And I just wanted to hear what he said. I mean, hopefully, if we can play the video without it getting flagged. Or maybe this is a better part. Let's see.
I could see you.
Well, I was super poor. I didn't have camouflage.
I could see you. I'm from the rough Scrabble areas of Phoenix. I could see you.
Yes, actually.
Right now.
I'll take it. Hey, wait, dog. Like, Phoenix is crazy.
I'm sure it is. Like, I'm not dissing Phoenix, by the way. That's how this shit gets fucked up. And then all of a sudden I get back to my DMs and it's a nigga named Cactus T that got problems with me.
This wasn't the part where I think he... See, it's interesting how... What's his dude's name, this podcaster? Bootleg Kev? It's interesting how he talks about... Or the title says his issue with white rappers, but then I didn't hear him say anything about white rappers.
Me or some shit like that. I did not.
Cactus T. How has there not been a rapper named Cactus T?
Some nigga that named Cactus T. I'm not dissing Phoenix, man. I'm not dissing Phoenix.
He ain't talking about nothing about white rappers. I wanted to hear his take on that.
Lupe Fiasco. Lupe. Nas. That motherfucker.
I wonder, you grown, because how old are you? We're about the same age, aren't we?
43.
Okay, so you're older than me. You're 7 years.
Yeah.
And
you wanted to beat him.
Well, at the
you wore camouflage.
Yes, I had a.
No, I could, bro. I
had the chain. I didn't have camouflage.
Bro, I could see you.
Well, I was super poor. I didn't have camouflage.
I could see you. I'm from the rough Scrabble areas of Phoenix. I could see you.
Yes, actually.
Right now. Nigga that named Cactus T. I'm not dissing. One of these, I can see you at 14 of the Rosenberg model.
No, it wasn't 14. It was more like sixth grade. It was definitely like I would say sixth grade, fifth, sixth grade. I would have like my folder, and I could tag up the Rough Riders R, the Wu-Tang W.
What I'm saying? See, like there's a certain thing for white boys who really love rap.
But it's no, but
I can all see y'all, you know, because then when you get to a certain age, then we can't tell you shit about rap no more. Then you get to a certain.
Nah, I'm not that. No. See,
we get to a certain age and you can't fucking tell me what Common meant to me in 1995. I drove all the way from Phoenix to Minneapolis to hear him spit.
No, I did see Common in Phoenix though.
See? I know you did.
Common in the Roots. Electric.
That's a great show. By the way, talking about rappers.
Yeah.
Black Thought.
Oh yeah.
Nuts.
Oh yeah.
Nuts. Andre.
Okay. Does he go a little bit more into detail here, or is this video just labeled incorrectly? I'm not sure, but I'm waiting to see if he goes a little bit more into detail.
Glasses has. You know what? Y'all let Glasses fuck with y'all. That's the problem. My new thing with Glasses is. And I know it burns him up. That's my guy. One of the most solid people.
No, he's the best.
My favorite thing with Glasses is...
Yeah, so he didn't really go... I mean, I think the video was labeled incorrectly, so that's not really Van Lathan's fault. They're just having a conversation. and then Bootleg Kev is just, just typing whatever he can type for clicks. I thought I was going to hear like a little bit more. I thought I was going to hear a little bit more controversy in that, but it appears to be not, which is kind of disappointing. And sometimes it makes me think, am I doing more than what is necessary? Because, well, I get it. A lot of these YouTubers have a gimmick where, of course, if you bring somebody on that has a little bit of fame, that's going to help you. That's like me doing an interview right now with Benny the Butcher. Like, let me do a sit down with Benny the Butcher. How many hits is that going to get? Right? Obviously, it's going to get a lot of hits. Let me do an interview with Eminem. Let me do an interview with Eminem. I bet you I'll ask some questions that you haven't heard in an interview yet. My interview with Eminem will be something like comparing to Sway. Okay? But I'm talking about early Sway, not Sway now and Eminem, because you watch interviews of Sway and Eminem now, it's like, yeah. It's like they're just, old homies and stuff, which is cool. But I'm talking about the early interviews of like, hey, so what did you mean when you said this? That's the interview I want to do with Eminem. The interview I want to do with Eminem is, hey, yo, man, so when you make beats, what are you using? Because, some of y'all forget, Eminem also somewhat, I guess, is a producer, or he considers himself also a producer. I would like to know what type of beats, like what do you use when you make beats, man? I have not heard one interview, and yeah, watch, one of y'all journalists is gonna watch this and go steal my idea. It's all good. And if you're watching, hopefully we can get that interview first. I'm not gonna tell you my other ideas. I'm just gonna drop this jewel real quick. He makes beats. Did anybody ever care to ask him about his production process? Nobody never cared to ask Eminem that. Interesting. Amongst other things I would love to ask him. So that's what I'm saying. Of course, if I get an interview like that, it's going to get millions of hits, right? So my point is that it helps to have co-signers on your platform or you on their platform and vice versa. It definitely helps. And that's my point, man, is that we can get to that level and we can do that. But I feel like right here, we're speaking facts. And the whole reason why I went off on that tangent was because I'm seeing these podcasters like Bootleg Kev or, YouTubers, whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them. People call them all kinds of stuff nowadays. But I'm seeing these podcasters, YouTubers who have these big names or, decent names that people know within the hip hop community, the rap community, on their platforms. And, they're just titling and labeling it some ways like Joe Budden does a lot. But a lot of the time it's like, and don't get me wrong, I do like Joe Budden, but it's just like, sometimes I just feel like, they ain't really saying too much. I'm not really sure if they're saying anything. Oh, and by the way, Nicki Minaj's diss is supposed to come out in a few. May listen to it on the stream, may not. I know that if we do, the video will probably definitely get flagged for monetization. But what I can do is play it on the live stream, and then I'll cut it out of the edit for the replay. Let me read one of your comments, man, before I get into the lyrics. Thank you, Lyle Man, for your comment. Let me see what you had to say. You said, I won't let that happen unless they are good. Because nowadays, Jack Harlow, it's considered being good or even lyrical consciousness. Is that what you said? Or lyrical conscious? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure I really understand your point. I'm not sure if you're still on the call or if you jump back on, maybe you can reiterate what you mean by that. But I guess you're saying that Jack Harlow is whack. Yeah, I think that Jack Harlow is I think he's a decent rapper, but do I think that he deserves all the credit that he's getting? No, I feel that Jack Harlow is an overrated artist. Like, I feel like how we have this picture right here of Benny the Butcher and Snoop Dogg. In case y'all don't know, this is Benny the Butcher. Let me just, I know I should have the name right there, but it's kind of hard to have the whole thing in frame. So, yeah, Benny the Butcher, Snoop Dogg right here, right? I feel that Benny the Butcher is a much better rapper than Jack Harlow. And I feel that Benny the Butcher should be in the place of where Jack Harlow is. And who knows? Maybe that might happen in the next year or so. Maybe he will be up for a Grammy nominee. I'll tell you this. I don't see how he can't be up for a Grammy nominee because he's already got the right cards in place. He's already got Jay-Z behind him. Okay? He got $1 million. He got $1 million advance, supposedly. Okay, how much of that he got to take home for himself is a question. I would imagine hopefully he got to take the whole meal. It's not really a lot of money today. You know, it's a good amount, but it's good. But come on. If you're smart with the money, it's good. If you're not smart with the money, it ain't good. Because you could buy a car and a house in one day and there's your $1 million right there, right? So you got to be smart with the money. So $1 million is like, here's $1 million. Now, what you do with that million is up to you. You could go take these trips, buy a couple of expensive cars, get yourself a nice crib. Boom. If you ain't producing, so yeah, man, it's all about what you do with it. But like, let's just say that's a decent amount. That's enough money for you to make some decisions. You got a little cushion that you can be off of, and now you can go out there and you can do some things. You got a little elbow room, so to say, you know? So it's like, okay, they gave him this money, they gave him that. He got Jay-Z behind him. He's got the records, he's got Snoop endorsing him, he's got Snoop, giving him his flower, anointing him is what I call it. It's the anointment. All he's got to do now is just sell records. That's all you got to do now, man. All you got to do now is sell records. And like I said, man, can we get the likes up and the subscribes up so we can get this message out there? I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, we need to get this out here. Like I said, man, we talking about the real. We spitting the real. So, yeah, like I said, all he's got to do now is just sell records, man. If he can sell records and maintain and be on top of the Billboard charts, he will definitely get a Grammy nomination. Will he win the Grammy? I don't know. We'll see. But he will definitely get a nomination because he has all the right players, all the right people in his corner and in his spot. Before I get into this, I want to play something real quick before I read one of these lyrics.
So anybody who decides to help us, thank you guys so much. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. I thank you. I'm grateful. I appreciate it. It's $1.20 on iTunes or Amazon. Facts by Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing if he was spitting any more facts on this live stream, but I want to just take a moment to just say this is smart, man. This is smart marketing where you drop your video and then as soon as you drop your video, you go on and you do a live stream to talk to your fans about it directly. Smart. This is marketing 101 right here. I hope y'all are paying attention.
Rocket ships that go to space, if space is even real.
Okay, so and then like I said, smart artist. He goes on and he has these conversations about things that don't even have to do with his music. Like I said, man, if you're an independent rapper, independent producer, independent artist coming up, you should definitely be taking notes off of what's happening here. Now, I would like to go back and see if I can find a part where he was talking about Ben Shapiro saying that rap is not music. And thankfully, I know that he said that he disagreed with the statement because some rap does contain melodic structures, which I believe is one of Ben's arguments that hip hop rap music doesn't contain melody. But you can't say that because that's not true for rappers like Lauryn Hill with the Fugees. You know, come on. How many melodies and harmonies was she doing, especially her remix and her re-editions of Roberta Flack and all that? Let's not even get into tracks with Madlib. You know, I mean, the list goes on. I mean, there's so many that I could name. You know, Action Bronson, who was one that came to mind. I mean, that's a rapper who I think he likes. You know, Eminem sings a lot in his Mockingbird song, even though I'm not all into Eminem singing all the time. Let's not even bring up Mos Def and especially Kanye West. I mean, if I really want to dig deep into it, I could find a bunch of rappers who I believe have melody and those kinds of phrases in their music. But let me see if I can find the part real quick. If I can't, then
If you believe in that kind of thing. Like, we don't have that.
Let's see.
I like hip hop, so that's what I do.
Yeah, I think it's right around here. He was breaking down some points in this.
This is the American dream, coming to this country with absolutely nothing and building an empire and building yourself up and doing what you can do for your family and your friends. And the United States has given me the opportunity to do that, and I am forever grateful every single day. I say it constantly. We've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to veterans in the military. I'm not sure what else I can do to convince people that I love it here and that I'm not leaving, but there you have it. Karen Body Camera says, how do you feel about Ben Shapiro hating rap? It seems like hypocrisy meets cringe at its finest. I don't think Ben Shapiro hates rap. I don't think Ben ever said he hates rap. He just said that he prefers like classical music, like Mozart and shit like that. And I mean, that's fine. Good for Ben. I prefer not classical music, and I don't listen to Bach and Mozart. They're, you know, incredible, legendary artists, but it's not my bag. I like hip hop, so that's what I do. I think what Ben has gone on record of saying is that rap is not music. I think Ben has been bombarded over the years with people. You know, his argument was music takes three things.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Or a piece of art takes three things to be music, and it was melody, harmony, and rhythm. And I think Ben said that hip hop doesn't really have harmonies or melodies; it has rhythm. So he would classify rap as rhythmic speaking. And look, Ben, we agree on some things. We disagree on a lot of other things. That's definitely something we disagree with. I mean, take the vocals out of the question. If you just look at the beat, the physical makeup of the musical composition of the beat in hip hop, there is tons of harmony, there is tons of melody, and there is rhythm. And then you put vocals on top of that, and there's tons of melody in my songs and tons of harmonies in my songs and tons of rhythm in my songs, in the vocals I'm speaking of. So, you know, Ben, you're you know, we agree on some things, we agree on other things. I think you have a lot of interesting perspectives. I think you're right about a lot of issues. I also think that you're wrong about a few of them. And rap not being music is definitely one of them. You're wrong. As smart as you are, and you're a sharp son of a gun, you're wrong. So it just kind of is what it is. But that, to me, like, I like doing things that are unexpected. I like doing things that other people can't do, you know? Like we did the pop song, we did Ghost that went #1 on Billboard.
Yeah, he's definitely right about that. That Ben is definitely smart, because for him to be able to do this and accomplish this, it takes a very well thought out. I mean, maybe not a well thought out plan, but he definitely was thinking outside the box. That's for damn sure. He was thinking outside the box. Both of them were. And I just want to tell y'all, man, I mean, in a way, it's genius, man. This song, this moment in hip hop makes me feel Like, it's funny, it's sad, and it's genius all at the same time. Seriously. It's got me feeling so many different mixed emotions. But it's definitely something to pay attention to. That is the point, is that it is definitely something to pay attention to. Really hope we can get these likes and these subscribes up. Let me go to this one thing. And by the way, here, let me play this one part real quick before we go to that.
I bought that beat from Eminem for $100,000 and made a beat with it, or I made a song with an Eminem produced beat. I like.
Wait. He bought a beat for $100,000? A beat that Eminem used for $100,000?
Doing things that.
Wait, let me go back.
Song we did Ghost that went #1 on Billboard. I bought that beat from Eminem for $100,000 and made a beat with it, or I made a song with an Eminem.
Oh, so he bought that beat.
I like doing things.
See, that goes back to my point that I was making earlier. See, sound the alarm, man. I know what I'm talking about here. When people try to hate, man, and they try to say, hey, yo, man, who gave you the keys to speak about hip hop? Yo, man, I just told y'all that I would like to do an interview with M talking about beats. And here you got this man right here who just said that he paid $100,000 for a beat by Eminem. I just told you that. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what gives me the right to speak about this culture, is because I actually pay attention. Can we get the likes and the subscribes up so we can get this message out here? Like I said, man, he's dropping some jewels right here. He's dropping some jewels
that other people can't do and that other people didn't expect. And Ben saying that he's not a huge fan of rap.
So the fact that he bought a beat from Eminem, now I'm sure that that's true. I don't think that Tom MacDonald will go on and lie about that. But that goes to show that obviously Eminem is aware of Tom MacDonald.
That makes him a prime candidate for me. I'm like, oh, sick. Well, I got to get that guy to rap then. If I can get that guy to rap.
I like how he's explaining the story.
It just seems fucking epic. It just seems hilarious to me. So that's what I did. And it doesn't really go any deeper than that, you know? Somebody said, was it your or Ben's idea for the song? It was mine. He joked about it. Like, I did an interview with Ben last year at some point, and he made a joke like, haha, like maybe I can be on a song with you at some, or maybe you can change my mind about rap and we can do a rap song. And then I was like, we laughed it off and just played it off as a joke. And then after I got off the interview, I was like, oh, little does this motherfucker know, I'm going to get him rapping on a song. So, you know, I know some people that work with Ben, and we reached out and we're like, hey, let's get Ben rapping on a song. And we made it happen. That was, 6-7 months ago, and we finally made it happen now. So that's pretty cool. Somebody said wedding bells soon for you and Nova. Absolutely. That's the love of my life. We're 100% going to get married. Maybe it'll happen. So I don't know. I guess the sky's the limit from here. That's why we're trying to get that #1 trending spot on YouTube, because I think that would just be a huge troll as well. And having the #1 spot on YouTube really drives views to the video. So I think the sky's the limit. I'm not really sure. Like, I have records like Fake Woke, People So Stupid, Snowflakes, Dummies. I got a bunch of political records, and they're all sitting around 40, 45 million views. So who knows? Maybe it stops tomorrow. Maybe they delete the video tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it ends up with 10 million views. Maybe it ends up with 50 million views or 100 million views. I have no idea what to expect from this. That's what makes this shit so exciting for me. Is like, I love just releasing, my regular music. I just did a song called Stronger Version that's sort of like about mental health and addiction recovery and being the best version of yourself. And it's essentially a pop song. And I love doing my sort of non-political music. But the political stuff is a big part of who I am. And it's always tends to be the most exciting because you just never know how it's going to be received. You never know how the platforms are going to treat it. You never know what shit you're going to cause or what pot you're going to stir up. So It's really, an exciting venture into new territory. I have no idea where this is going to end up. It could end up being the biggest rap song of the year. It could end up being the biggest song that I've ever done thus far. Or it could just stop tomorrow. I'm really not sure. So I just know that so far, so good. We're killing it, and that's great. So Randy Larson says, has Ben showed this video on his show, or can't he? I think Ben is going to show it on his show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. And I think that I'm likely going to be doing a segment on that show with Ben. So tune into the Ben Shapiro show tomorrow, and we'll be there.
Wow, the Monday right after. Okay.
Oh, somebody said that also like the video. Okay, so when you guys go to spam the comment section with "this video should be #1," give the video a like too. Okay, on YouTube, there's like a like button. Click the like button after you've spammed the comments with "this video should be #1."
Yo, by the way, it looks like Kansas City is about to take it to the Super Bowl. It's looking like that. Which, are we surprised? You see, and let me just say this real quick, man. See, I know this is a side note, but you see, this is why I don't bet on sports anymore. Now, listen, this is my prediction. I'm going to predict this right now on the live stream, is that Kansas City and Detroit go to the Super Bowl. Side note. You know why? Because we got Taylor Swift and Eminem, and all their stands are going to be right there in the crowd, and they're going to be most of the stands. So I guarantee you that it's going to be Taylor Swift, her Swifties, versus Eminem stands. That's going to be the next video. Taylor Swift, Swifties versus Eminem's Detroit Lions stands. That's coming up next.
This entire season, Jim, Snead has defended the other team's best receiver.
Just because we know there are some big games going on right now, so we got to
week in, week out, and makes the biggest play of the season.
Nice touchdown, though.
Getting the ball back for the Chiefs.
Or did he make it? Oh, he didn't make. He didn't make it. Oh, damn! I thought he made it. Sucks. Anyways, all right. So
9 pressure, and they got him. That is Reed coming up. The safety blitz.
Yo.
And Spags keeps blitzing and blitz.
Yo, just to say, I already said this, yo. And if y'all don't believe me, here, let me pull it up on the Facebook real quick. Which y'all can follow us at facebook.com/beatGrade2. I think I'm going to put a link in the description for some of the other places that you guys can follow us. Thank you for all the followers that have been coming in on Facebook lately. We've been making some noise on there. Right here. Already predicted it. Where you can see it's out there in writing. If Kansas City and Detroit go to the Super Bowl, this will be a huge battle between the Eminem stands and the Taylor Swift Swifties, or whatever they call them. That's what I'm saying, man. And then I'm like, are we surprised? Let me see if anybody is up on this yet. I mean, actually, you know what? We'll come back to that. Because like I said, man, some of y'all be, I don't know, man. I be seeing some stuff where I even had some of my friends call me and tell me where I be seeing some stuff I be talking about, and then all of a sudden it's on TMZ. That's happened a few times. And some people say, oh, you really think TMZ is taking your ideas? Well, it's happened about several times now where something I have thought of, or me and my people, me and my team have thought of, that I haven't really seen out there in the public, and then all of a sudden it's on, say, TMZ. I want to say this real quick before we get into the lyrics. That if you guys could support what we got going on here, we'll just take a few moments to just say this real quick. You guys can Google beatGrade, but you guys can also go to Spring, I think is the website or what it's called, and you guys can get some of the beatGrade logo apparel. I have to make sure that the price is right on YouTube, because for some reason the price is not right on YouTube. And I just want to shout this out real quick. We got the sky blue, $35, man, 90 cents. This is also including shipping, which the rates have gone up since inflation. So please keep in mind we have shipping, we have all these other little fees and stuff that we got to pay. So try to keep that in mind when you're making a purchase. And some people are like, oh, the hoodie is like $50 or something like that. We and I especially are going to make sure that the hoodies are great quality for you. But you can get it in the Carolina blue, which is what I like. We also have it in the black. We have it in the gray. We also have it in the pink for those of you that like to rock that, and for the ladies. And then we also have it in the navy, and then also burgundy or red or whatever color that is, maroon. So yeah, if you guys can please, purchase one of the hoodies, you can get it strictly right off of YouTube. And we also do have t-shirts and other items as well. We also have these shirts, which is great. I mean, I should promote this, which is the Make Hip Hop Great Again t-shirt, which is a lot of people like, especially the fact that Trump is now running again. These shirts are only around $22, $25, depending upon the size and the color that you get, because some are very limited. But yeah, and what's really funny about this is perfect timing that I have this shirt up. I mean, I've been selling this shirt for years. A lot of people like this shirt, but especially the way we designed it. But the other thing about this shirt is that, Ben Shapiro, the song that he just did with Tom MacDonald, Facts, he actually said that in one of his tweets. I just made hip hop great again. So, man, I'm gonna make a note of that real quick. So yeah, man, this shirt is a hot shirt. You guys should probably want to get this. So like I said, man, we take care of the free shipping. There's soft cotton tees. The hoodies as well are also soft and, cotton. You should be able to find it right on our YouTube channel. So in case if you're like, hey, I want to support this, where can I go to support it? And you can't find the website, just go to our YouTube channel. And maybe I should just walk you through that too real quick, right? So if you go to our YouTube, which all you should have to be able to do, and let me just test it out myself, is search beatGrade. Should be able to pop up, all one word, BEATGRADE. Okay? Go to our channel, and then right when you go to our channel, you should see right here where it should say store. You see this right here all the way to the right side. If I can, I guess it won't highlight that. But yeah, right here where it says store. If you click on store right on our YouTube channel, it'll take you directly right there. And like I said, for some reason, the price on the hoodie says $50 right here, but it actually is not $50. Like I said, once you click on it, you will see that the price has been dropped to $35.90. Now it might go back up sooner or later, so keep that in mind. Keep aware of that. But like I said, man, if we can get some of y'all to support, get the hoodies, get the shirts. We got this in shirts. We got this in other items. Let me see what else we got here that it was saying. The NPC shirt a lot of people like. Let me pull that one up for you. The crew neck we also got, but the crew neck in the sweatshirt we also have, and I'm almost done, yo. We just got to do this promotion, man, because we got to let y'all know. And the price is $19.99. I usually sell these shirts for like $20, $25, But for right now, we're going to push it for $19.99 because we just want to get it out there. And yes, folks, that also includes free shipping. So, yeah, man. And it's just like that. Standard on the back. Nothing on the back of this one. Just the beatGrade logo. So if you want to rock the brand, get out there and support us. We appreciate it, man, because, hey, we making a movement, man. Here's the crew neck. The crew neck is going for $29.99, so $30. And like I said, this is also including free shipping. You can get this in navy, or I think this is the blue, or yeah, navy blue, and then also in the red or burgundy. Cardinal is what they call it. And then let me just show you one last one real quick, which I believe is one of my favorites, the NPC shirt. So, yeah, surprisingly, a lot of people buy this one. And this one, just lets you know, got the beatGrade on the back. You know, sometimes it's like right by the left-hand corner of the back or the right-hand corner or left, whatever. But it's pretty dope. This is one of my favorite ones, the NPC beatGrade shirt. It's about $22, $23. So, yeah, like I said, we'll make sure that it's packed, great, shipped out to you. We thank y'all the support. Please like, subscribe, get the message out there. This is how we do this, man. This is how we, make it work. This is how we pay bills. So, yeah, man, and it's appreciative because we're going to make sure you got the high quality that you rocking with us. And then not only that, but, you supporting the brand and you helping us to be able to continue to do more videos like this. Because like I said earlier, man, we need to get this message out here, man. Help with the likes and the subscribes. I mean, look at what these cats are talking about. Van Lathan and Bootleg Kev. Look at what they talking about.
His album's up there on tape.
3 words I say to glasses. Agree to disagree.
Because he doesn't want that.
Nope. Rakim is one of my favorite songs. If you caught me in like 97, I was bumping like the 18th letter crazy.
I was going to say, the first Rakim album I ever owned was the 18th letter. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of like went back and got like paid.
This is what I'm talking about.
No, let me tell my story.
No, it's not about let me tell you a story. It's about that moment probably means so much to Kev that when he meets a new black, and this is not the first time.
Why is everything racial?
Because it is.
No, it's not.
You don't want it to be.
What are we talking?
You don't want it to be.
What?
You don't want hip hop to be for black people. You don't think it is.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so then why can't I say you're white?
No, what I was gonna say, I was trying to tell my story.
Look, you're white, I'm black. Look at this. Take a picture of this. This is the from me and Bootleg Kev.
This is a very interesting exchange right here.
That meant so much to you because he saw you for the first time.
No.
How far did you have to drive?
No, what I was trying to say was it was cool when I met Rakim because I met him with like a lot of my homies that are like much older than me, right? So like they like were listening to him like when it was Rakim and Eric B.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So for me, like, of course, Rakim's Rakim, right? But it was just dope to see like kind of like it was like my homies like they're Jay-Z. Just kind of see them and the way they were just like, and I was like excited, but to them it was like everything to meet Rakim. You know what I'm saying?
Are you familiar with the history of Hollywood?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm extremely familiar. I mean, I would say I'm vaguely familiar.
There you go. That's a good answer. I think that we're all vaguely familiar.
I mean,
with
I live
things.
here.
Yeah, here you go. This is why I say he's the Marlon Brando of rap. All right, this is my explanation for this. So method acting comes in, Marlon Brando and everybody from the Stella Adler School and different all of that stuff, the Strasbourg and all that. Method acting comes in and it changes acting, right? Because there's you guys, old Hollywood, very earnest. All of that stuff. And then you have guys that you have a different school of acting that comes in, which is based in realism, synthesizing the character, taking that character's emotions and then making them real grounded portrayals of people that affect you in a different way. And then everything changes after him, right? Not necessarily the inventor of it, but the single symbol of when everyone started to sound different, right?
Right, like he was kind of the because of him, everyone applied themselves to rapping.
Right, so after Brando, this is Van's opinion because I know there's somebody out there, after Brando, then the next generation of actors that come in a little bit after that, bridge between, Ha, ma dun da hu, he ha ha, cool.
Did I miss anything here? I mean, I don't really know if I missed anything here or anything that was said that was really important during that whole interview. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. And what y'all think of these raps?
These little rap niggas so fraud. Saying niggas be they hardest bars. These niggas hate on BBL and be walking around with the same scars. Real curvy, no etching. Niggas fight to get in my section.
Real curvy, no section. But the mouse section, the back section. How y'all really thinking that this is dope? I'm really confused here. Like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. All right, so y'all got the YouTube stuff. Y'all hopefully will go and support that. I wish we could play some more raps, but just YouTube just does not allow us to play raps at all. But let's try. Let's just try to do this real quick.
Download this, let's get a Billboard #1. This ain't rap. This just did this eating on me on the internet. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars.
Oh man.
Don't be a wap, dog. It's
Don't be a wap. The way he said it too. Don't be a wap. Y'all know what that means, a wap, right? Y'all know what a wap means? Don't be a wap. Hey, we can't really play it because of the copyright, but
my money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap, dog. It's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television, dog. No one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comments.
His comment section full of woke Karens. Damn. I mean, there ain't nobody else that's kind of saying this type of stuff. Real quick. Wait, man. Let me just.
Somebody said take some notes, Nicki.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. This is the part.
Ben like low key dissed Nicki Minaj in the song. He said, "Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1." And Nicki tweeted about that. And she was like, "Oh, take some notes, Nicki. Like laugh out loud, nah," or something. Was anybody else blown away that Nicki Minaj was like low-key friendly about it? Like, I thought she was gonna shit all over it. And she was just kind of like, "Hey, Ben, I heard your song's not bad. Who's that other man that was rapping?" Hi, I'm the other man that was rapping, Nicki. I'm blown away that you didn't know who I was, by the way, because I've beaten you on the Billboard charts like a dozen times. I would have thought that you would have taken note. Like, who is this Tom MacDonald guy that continually beats our asses?
Yeah,
on the Billboard charts.
Wow,
on the iTunes charts. Who is this guy?
Wow. That's do y'all see what's going on here? I mean, I'm so glad that we're here right now and we're talking about this. This is such reality and realness, man. Can we get the likes and the subscribes up, please? Sometimes I say to myself, sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes I'm just like, is the culture done? Like, does hip hop really know what's up anymore? Are people that lost? Like, should we still try to communicate with them? Should we still try? Because this is such a great point that Tom MacDonald is making right here, and I'm glad that I found this part right here. That it's like, yo, you've seen us on the Billboard charts multiple times, kicking your ass. How do you not know who I am? And like the verse goes, where Ben Shapiro said, "I'm on television while you're going to prison," which I'm going to read in a second. That basically says to me, and then what does the part he says? Well, you know, we all know what that is right there. It's a mock at hip hop. But after that, he says, "Nobody knows who you are." Huh. I wonder if that was a shot at Young Thug. I don't know. Or Gunna. But I don't know. Well, I'm sure his audience is not familiar with those rappers. Maybe Ben is more familiar with the worldwide audience. I have no idea. But I will say that people have tried to come at us with those comments, and it's funny because it's like, hey, maybe some of us don't want that going into the whole Taylor Swift thing, but we'll talk about that, whatever. We don't have to go into that. But for those of us that do want it, maybe we're on our way getting there. Maybe some of us are on our way working to get there. But that's not the point, though. That's not what's important. What's important is getting the message out there. And the fact that Ben Shapiro got the message out there with Tom MacDonald, and they put that song out there, and then it's funny that Nicki said that, but we all know that Nicki knows who Tom MacDonald is, because it's funny because he says, how do you not know who I am? And I thought in a way he was kind of saying it like he was joking, but then it almost sounds like he was kind of taking shots at Nicki right here too, low key. Like, hey, we've been kicking your ass on the Billboard charts for like the last few years. I think you know who I am. And that's how I feel about YouTube. Did you check the subscribers? Yeah, man, we out there, man. We out there. I want to say to a lot of the haters out there, in some ways, I know some people say thank your haters. Nah, fuck y'all. But I will say, though, other than fuck y'all, hey, I think we're doing bigger things than a lot of y'all. Shit. I ain't heard about a lot of y'all in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But we out here pushing. We out here pushing. So that's why I said, like, hey, I think you know who we are. I think you see us. And I like what Tom MacDonald was saying right here. I think what he was saying right here was definitely some real, real facts.
And Nicki tweeted about that. She was like, oh, take some notes, Nicki, like laugh out loud, nah, or something. Was anybody else blown away that Nicki Minaj was like low-key friendly about it? Like, I thought she was going to shit all over it. And she was just kind of like, hey, Ben, I heard your song's not bad. Who's that other man that was rapping? Hi, I'm the other man that was rapping, Nicki. I'm blown away that you didn't know who I was, by the way, because I've beaten you on the Billboard charts
This is the
like
part
a
right
dozen
here.
times. I would have thought that you would have taken note. Like, who is this Tom MacDonald guy that continually beats our asses on the Billboard charts and on the iTunes charts? Who is this guy? I would have thought that she would recognize that, or at least take a note of my name. But apparently not. Or she was just trying to throw shade at me. I'm not really sure.
She was throwing shade. She was throwing shade at you.
I forget what the fuck question I was answering. Oh, we're talking about the Nicki take some notes bar because somebody had quoted that. So yeah. Somebody said, yo, I just downloaded it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where did your comment go? I'm just going to try to thank you by name. Shit. The comments are moving so fast, I lost it. Well, somebody commented and said, I just downloaded it. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. And, yo, I'll just circle back on that real quick. To anybody else out there, do like that guy did. Head to iTunes, head to Amazon, download Facts by Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. It's literally going to take all of us, okay? Like, we don't have the marketing budget and the relationships that these other artists have. When you go to iTunes and they got banners on iTunes and advertisements over here and their shit's running wild everywhere, like, we don't have that. I don't think that we could get that even if we paid for it because they really fucking don't like us that much. This is like David and Goliath, man. Like we're up against the fucking multi-billion-dollar music industry here, and we're doing it independently. But
I was just talking about that.
Of the people. That's the power of you guys. It's so important to say, you know what? We don't want this Megan Thee Stallion manufactured, wrapped in plastic bullshit. We want this other thing. We want the stuff that you guys don't want us to have. I just think that's so important. So if you haven't, download Facts on iTunes or Amazon. Help us take that #1 spot on Billboard next week, and that would be awesome. I appreciate it, guys. Rad7 says, did you guys purposely make Ben's intro so sinister on the TVs behind you, or did it just turn out like that?
I'm going to come back to that question. He does make a great point about making the Stallion sounding very manufactured and very plastically like a Barbie doll and wrapped up. Same thing with Nicki, but I think Nicki sounds like she has a little bit more grit to her. And if you ask me my opinion, which I know some of you don't care about, but if you ask me my opinion, I will say that I believe that Nicki is the better rapper. I'm not trying to take sides here, be biased. I'm not looking at who's been doing it longer or who's the younger one or who's the older one or who's this or who's the better looking one or who's the sexier one or who has the bigger ass. I'm not looking at none of that. I'm just looking at straight raps and bars for bars. And from what I heard, who writes their own lyrics. And from that point, I will go ahead and say that I think that Nicki Minaj is the better rapper, most definitely, between her and Megan Thee Stallion. Most definitely. Now, if I have to choose between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, that's a tough one. Because I think Cardi B is actually kind of good too. I actually do. Her first album was dope. So that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. I'd say Nicki maybe slightly because I do remember hearing Nicki Minaj on a lot of mixtapes and she was out there and she was putting it out. But Cardi, and then, and Cardi came from a reality TV show. And then even Kanye, I heard videos of him saying that she's part of the Illuminati, which makes sense because she's so down with the Kardashians and Balenciaga. And just when you get into that world, it's just strange. So I can't see all that. But I think Cardi B, with her live streams as well and other things she does, she has proven somewhat to be a real artist. She is actually that dope. She is actually that dope. So I could see people fucking with Cardi. So yeah. On that note, yeah. But as far as Megan Thee Stallion goes, Nicki is clearly the better rapper. But I will say this though, that I think a lot of people have not admitted. And let's go to it real quick while we're on the subject. By the way, the song is about to drop in a few minutes. I guess we might as well stay on the live for the Nicki diss, the Nicki response, right? What is this? Rolling Stone? Wow, Rolling Stone even did an article on this. And like I said, man, please like and subscribe and shout us out if you can so we can get the message out there, Because, oh, by the way, before we get into this, is it official? And I don't really care for sports anymore because, like I said, I feel like they fix games. But mark my words, I'm about to do a prediction right now on the stream. I already called Kansas City. Now I'm going to call Detroit. Damn, I should have put money on Vegas on this. But let me ask y'all. Did Kansas City advance to the Super Bowl? Or maybe y'all can tell me in the chat section or in the comment section if they did. Let me see. Interesting that they don't want to tell you. Oh, there it is. Yeah. What? Damn, they're like really making it last, huh? 1 minute and 19 in the fourth. Up by 7, so there's still a chance. There's still a chance there could be an upset. It says right here. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know why they put the score up there. That's stupid. But yeah. Interesting. So yo, Nicki Minaj. Right? Megan Thee Stallion are beefing. But yo, I want to say this real quick. Is it possible, and I want you to think about this for a minute. Is it possible that this beef could be fabricated? Like it's not really real, Because weren't these two, which you see in the thumbnail that I have, weren't these two like working together and collaborating with each other at one point? And now, all of a sudden, they're beefing with each other? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just wondering, like, hey, is this beef even really real? Or is this a beef that started, like, maybe they're just homegirls and they're like, hey, I'm going to clown you, you're going to clown me, and we're going to just make a bunch of money, right? And I think that could be a possibility, right? But then on top of that, and like I said, man, we go down these rabbit holes sometimes. We go down these rabbit holes. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel, because ain't nobody else going to be talking about this. But it's like, okay, Megan Thee Stallion, right? Who's on Rock Nation, let's not forget, has this beef. And she did her one song, whatever it was, where she's coming out the snake's egg. And now she has this other song where she's in the egg. I don't get it. Is she trying to say that she's a snake? Because from what I recall, I don't think that being a snake is really a good thing. I don't think it is. But I will say this, though, that Tom MacDonald is correct, that it seems fabricated and it seems fake and it doesn't seem real. Something just doesn't seem real about it. And her raps are so average, which I've already said, I know. But let me ask y'all this, man. Has the bar been set so low that people just don't even care anymore? It's like, what are you talking about? If you really listen to the lyrics. And you know what's so funny is that when I ask people most of the time, hey, so what did you think of the lyrics? You know what they say. They say, oh, I didn't listen to the lyrics. I was only listening to the beat. You were only listening to the beat? So you didn't even listen to what she or he was saying in the song? No, I just like the beats. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You just like the beats. You just like the beats, right? But did it ever occur to you that maybe the lyrics could be subconsciously programming you? They could be subconsciously programming you to make you think a certain way. So now we got all these women twerking in their videos, like how we were watching Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and of course, Sexy Red and Cardi B. OMG. Let me ask y'all, are we not tired yet of this? Like, it's gotten to the point now. Do y'all remember there was a terminology that we used to say in the 90s? There was a terminology. You know what that was called? It was called played out. That was the name of the terminology we used to say in the 90s. You see, that's the problem with the generation today, is that y'all don't understand that there are certain facts that need to be demonstrated, and one is being played out and the other is being a biter. And if you don't know what I mean by being a biter, for those of us that understand hip hop, you know what that means. But for those that don't really know hip hop culture, let me explain to you what a biter is. A biter is basically somebody who is biting another's style, meaning copying, duplicating, replicating, however you want to put it. That's what it means. Man, I tell you right now that I better make $1 million off of this stream right here. Because who else is dropping facts like this? Who else is dropping facts, man? Pay me $1 million. Yo, one of my videos just hit over 1 million on Facebook. And the other thing about it too was that it was in less than a few weeks. It wasn't even a month. It was like in 2 weeks, it hit over 1 million. I said 2 things. One, yo, that video, well, actually 3 things, but I'll start with the first 2. One, I was like, damn, that video hit over 1 million. Crazy. The second thing I said was, it happened in about less than 2 weeks. It wasn't even a month. It's less than 2 weeks. Boom. So like most of the times people are like, oh, the video finally hit over 1 million, or thank you, I finally got over 1 million subscribers, which is what we are working towards. Nothing wrong with that. But let me say, to reach over 1 million, over, not just 1 million, but over 1 million people in less than a few weeks made me say, wow, I think there's actually people out there that want to hear this message. Okay, great. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok have been pushing me in the algorithm, and I thank y'all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get a round of applause real quick for all the social media platforms that promote us? Thank you. No, seriously, I really mean that. So my point is this, though, is that, it feels great. It feels great that we have some support. Twitter, Instagram, could do a little better. But other than that, it's like, I appreciate the people that are out there that are pushing us, that are helping us with the merchandise and all that stuff, man. So we keep it real, man. And like I said, this is why I find this moment in time with Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro somewhat, well, obviously interesting, but also somewhat something to take note of, because like he said, it's David and Goliath. You have the mainstream industry that is trying to shut you down, that is trying to say, no, don't listen to that, because we aren't making, it's almost like they're saying don't listen to it, not because it's not good music or that we don't like it, but because we ain't making money off of it. So it's almost as if they aren't making money off of it, that they feel that they don't want you to support it and they don't want you to buy it. And like he said, she's acting like, oh, you don't know who this is? But let me go ahead and say this, though. That, hey, I'm making all this noise. I've been on the Billboard charts. I know you've seen my name. And now that I do a track with Ben Shapiro, now you're finally taking a recognition and acting like you don't know. Clearly, she's throwing shade. We already know that. She has to know who you are. Everybody in the record industry at this point, especially now. And now it's like, if you don't know, it's almost like, oh, you just have no idea what's going on in the rap game. It's almost like, hey, are you aware of the Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald song? And if somebody tells you right now, like, nah, I haven't heard that song, or nah, I don't know what that is, or who's that? I mean, I can understand maybe say who's that, but if they haven't heard the song, it's because they're getting no radio play. They're not getting pushed by the machine, and they're not trying to be out there. They're clearly making noise and money, but more importantly, noise through putting out to their social media. That's what they're doing. They're putting out to the social media. But let me say this, though. You don't think that there's a possibility. You don't think that there's a possibility that record companies have reached out to Tom MacDonald and have said, hey, you know what? We'd love to give you a record deal. And he's probably like, nah, man, I'm good. I don't want a record deal with y'all. I'm going to do it independently.
So that was actually what you're referencing is sort of like, I think it's in the hook where I say, what would Ben do? And I put my arms out and kind of spun around. And as I spun around, all the TVs behind me turned on and Ben was there. That was fucking kind of an accident because that was actually the last take that we shot of the music video. Because every other take, when that part of the chorus came around, what would Ben do? I went like this.
Hey, we're really analyzing this and we're breaking this down and we're telling you what's going on in this industry. So I'd appreciate it if we can get the likes up and the subscribes up. We're about to jump up off of here. We've been on here for like over almost 2.5 hours. So I just really appreciate y'all. But yeah, we breaking down some knowledge and some gems in the record industry. So I appreciate y'all for sticking around and listening.
Ben do?
Let's
or
get the
I
likes
pointed
up.
At the screens, what would Ben do? And I just got so bored of doing this and doing this that I just tried to do something different. And I did the slow spin around and looking at the TVs, and then they all turned on. So it was just like a happy little accident. We ended up having that shot. It was the last shot we did, and it was the shot that made the music video. And then my friend Jared Potter, who is just a absolute wizard with the CGI, put Ben's face on the TV screens. Because in real life, those TV screens were just blank. There was nothing on the TV screens. That was CGI.
Nice. Thanks for explaining that. See, that's cool that he does these videos and puts his music out and then he explains it to the fans.
Mike Batron says, "Hey, Tom, my girlfriend loved when you shouted her out. I'm proud of everything you have done. Keep it up, man." Thanks, Mike. I'm not sure who your girlfriend was, but I guess I shouted her out, and now I'm shouting out you. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful relationship and enjoying the live stream. Roxanne says, "Do you watch reaction videos?" Dude, watching reaction videos is like my favorite thing to do. Like, I love writing the songs. Writing is like probably my favorite part of the creation process. Shooting the videos is cool. As you guys know, like completely independent. My girlfriend Nova shoots and edits all of my music videos. I write the songs. Nova shoots the videos. We design all the merch. We distribute our own music, market it, promote it, everything by ourselves. I work with my sister and my brother-in-law, her husband, and that's the team. It's myself, my girlfriend, my sister, and my brother-in-law, and all of you guys. So what the fuck was the question? I'm going off on a tangent again. Do I watch reactions? So my favorite part, like when the video goes out, my favorite part is watching the reactions and seeing how people react and seeing what people think. And that's the best part. Like, putting the music out into the world is great, but seeing how it affects people and the discussions that it inspires people to have and the conversations it starts, like, that's the best part about releasing music. So typically I watch shit tons of reactions. But I've just been so busy with this release. It's like literally one of the biggest releases of my life.
Okay, we heard this part right here. Let me see if I can
just, posting and making content and hitting up Ben's people saying like, "Hey, this is what I'm posting. Maybe you guys should do something like this." And we're collaborative.
Let me see if we could fast forward it to another part of it real quick. And hopefully y'all doing good out there. Hopefully the Wi-Fi and everything is still
charged next week. They stopped collecting the numbers on Thursday. We have 4 days. 4 days. I don't regret any of my tattoos. I've got some stupid fucking tattoos over the years. I got tattoos when I was drunk. I got tattoos that I thought were cool that I ended up fucking hating. I got tattoos that I thought I agreed with at the time and I don't agree with anymore. But that's part of it, man. Like, my tattoos are like a roadmap of places I've been and sometimes places I want to go and situations I've been in and times of my life that I thought were important to me. And, some of them were drunk mistakes, and a lot of my tattoos weren't even done by tattoo artists. They were done by friends who were also drunk when I got them. But, they serve as a reminder of, places I've been, and they serve as a reminder of how I want to live my life now. And they serve as a reminder of chapters of my life that I've closed, but I absolutely do not want to forget about those chapters. They prevent me from making mistakes in the future. And I just think that if you're going to get a tattoo, good or bad, whether you love it or hate it, I don't do cover-ups. I don't do tattoo removals. I don't do that shit. You got to own it. It is what it is. You did it. Just
it's a good point.
Embrace it.
Good point
the
right
good
there.
or the bad. And, you know, sometimes the meaning changes over time as you evolve as a person. So I don't regret it. I'm sure that it does repel some fans, but it is what it is. You did it. Just embrace it, the good or the bad. And, you know, sometimes the meaning changes over time as you evolve as a person. So I don't regret it. I'm sure that it does repel some fans, but I don't give a fuck. They're just fucking tattoos at the end of the day. This shit is getting out of hand.
Interesting point.
Blazin' Belize says, Tom, please shout me out. Shout out to you. Somebody said, what was your first tattoo? It was this tattoo right here. Whoop. It says passion. Horrible, right? I got it when I was like 16. But apparently I was a very passionate fucking 16-year-old. I was a pro wrestler at the time, and it was just like I just loved it so much. And I was hanging out with a lot of bikers at the time, and they all had crazy tattoos, and I wanted some crazy tattoos too. So I got that forearm passion tattoo, which, you know, that.
Well, you
that's
definitely
one of those
got
ones
that crazy
you know,
tat.
It's whack. I regret it, but it reminds me of a place and a time that I was in my life, man, and that's important to me.
There's nothing wrong.
Damn, somebody just gave me because I was mentally unwell at the time, and I was also reading and researching.
The point of this is just that this man comes up here and speaks to his fans. Got to respect that. There was one other thing that I wanted to play while this is playing in the background, but here, we'll come right back.
Searching a lot about mental illness and try. Never say never. I'm here. I'm always looking. I just did a song with Ben Shapiro. I'm always looking for strange collabs and stuff to do. So keep working. Stay focused on your dream, bro. And if I'm not retired by the time you get to where I am, maybe we can do something together. People are saying iTunes is shadow banning your song. Hold them accountable. I've seen that like 10 times. What does that mean? How is iTunes shadow banning the song? Let me go on iTunes real quick and just make sure I can see it. iTunes. I still see it. Yeah, I don't know how it would be getting shadow banned. I still see it just fine. Look, if there's some fuckery going on, I'm the first one to scream shadow ban. I'm the first one to scream censorship. I'm the first one to scream suppression because I've seen it so many times. But I mean, I don't know. I just went and looked at iTunes and it was right there. So I don't know. People talking shit about my chair. This is not my chair. This is my girlfriend's chair. I'm on my girlfriend's streaming setup right now. She's a big streamer and she does her streaming thing. So when I need to go live, I just use her setup. I tried to get her a new chair for Christmas so I didn't have to keep using this fucking monstrosity. But she said, no, I love the chair that I have, and then returned
All right,
the chair
so
that
we
I got
get
her.
the idea, right?
So,
yo, if iTunes was shadow banning his music, that is pretty crazy how much the industry is really trying to sabotage these raps. We covered Snoop Dogg supposedly voting for Trump now, right? Can we play this? Is this gonna play? Here, let's research it. Let's research it. We'll research the research.
Homie, I'm epic. Get the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars.
I can't get over the part where he says, "Don't be a wap." I can't get over that, man. That's just amazing, man. That is amazing. Okay. The reason why I'm playing this is because we're going to go over the lyrics.
You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. Then I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes. I just...
His delivery... It's not really about his delivery. It's more about his performance. His performance in the video is just... I think like right here, this shot right here is what sets it off. How he's just rapping there on his TV show. This is almost like Weird Al Yankovic, like level. The way he's just mocking and satiring, like Chris Rock and CB4 or whatever you want to call it. This is almost genius level comedy. And that's what makes me ask myself, like, is Ben trying to be funny here? Is that what he's trying to do? I don't know. But yeah.
On me on the internet, my comment section all woke Karens. Then I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes.
Well, I wanted to say on that part, Ben, with people living with their parents, your parents were rich, so that did help you build your career. Like, let's not be mistaken that it helps to have multi-million-dollar parents that can invest in your YouTube channel.
Parents, Nicki, take some notes. I just did. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes.
I make raps off of compound interest. Can y'all tell me what's going on with that? You know, the things that they don't teach us in public school is the interest you earn on interest. This can be illustrated by using basic math. Well, yeah. So basically, he's just making money off of his raps and he doesn't care about it, which we already knew. I mean, I think that's what he means by this whole line. If I'm incorrect, tell me, but I'm just reading this real quick. This can be illustrated by using basic math. If you have $100 and it earns 5% interest each year, you'll have $105 at the end of the first year. At the end of the second year, you'll have $110.25. Okay, thank you for breaking that down. I know I was reading it, but it's better, I forgot, when we're on the live stream to read it out loud.
Get the stats, I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. Then I make racks off compound interest. Y'all
woke Karens.
Comment section all woke Karens. Then I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes.
People have said that this sounds like it's AI. He definitely looks like a robot right here. That's for sure.
Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. Then I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes.
Get the stats, I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat.
The fact that Ben also went up there with the hoodie on, and I like the hoodie. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, oh, that hoodie's dope. Where can I buy it at, right? Where he did the dare, which a lot of us have done before. Woo, man. There's a lot of thought that went into this video as you start to break it down. But
Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap dog.
Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. And I don't even think rap is real music. But here's facts. And it's the #1 single in the country. Well, according to those, except for, do we still have it up? except for YouTube. According to YouTube trending, Megan Thee Stallion is number 1. Let's refresh that real quick. Is that still the case? Because it shouldn't be the case. Let's refresh it. Wow. Why isn't this what Tom MacDonald said in his speech? Where he said, how is Megan Thee Stallion above me when I have way more hits than her? They both came out 2 days ago. If you guys see right here, Megan Thee Stallion came out 2 days ago. And I didn't click on it, YouTube. Go back. Wait. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion came out 2 days ago. Well, it's probably going to do that with this. And Ice Spice came out 2 days ago. And Tom MacDonald came out 2 days ago. All right, that's cool. So if I just want to do that, it's considered a click. Anyways, I'll say this, man. Something interesting is going on here. And I appreciate it that at least YouTube has facts in the top 5. They're at least saying that, because it would be really strange if they weren't. But I was thinking this. I had saw this way before I even heard Tom MacDonald speak on it. So the fact that he's even recognizing it and his people are recognizing it is very interesting. And let me do something else, right? Is it true? Now, I don't know if I have the right iTunes or Apple Music, but let me ask this. Is it true that Megan Thee Stallion dropped the price on her new single, Hiss? He said that she promoted it on her Twitter, which is what rappers tend to not do because they don't care about iTunes and all that. So let's just see. Let's just say, okay, so Tina Snow, that was also trending on Twitter, but let's just see what they say. Give me a moment, y'all. We're just doing research real quick. Okay, so supposedly Tom MacDonald said that on her Twitter account that she put out the Hiss, like said, hey, download the album right now. This is the link. I mean, I'm not going to say that Megan Thee Stallion is not talented. She definitely has talent. But her raps ain't that dope. The shit was not dope. I remember hearing some people say, oh, this is the next Ether. Her Hiss was like, it was just, oh, this is one of the greatest top 5 battle raps of all time. When I hear shit like that, it makes me really wonder, like, are people saying that because they just want to appeal to a larger audience and they want to grab that fan base? Or are they saying that because they truly believe that? Because either way, that's whack. You're whack. You're whack. If you really truly believe that, then you're just whack. Because there is no way that this rap was one of the best battle raps to come out. And second of all, yeah, it was just whack. It was just whack. I don't All right, so let's see. Did it open up or here we go? Yeah, I think this is the tweet that Tom MacDonald was talking about where she says, here, link to Hiss. And she put the link to her iTunes and saying that people usually don't do that who are on mainstream labels to their iTunes because he was kicking her butt so bad when she just put out her same single that everybody went and bought Ben Shapiro over Megan Thee Stallion.
I feel like Mariah Carey. Got these niggas so obsessed. My pussy so famous might get managed by Kris Jenner next.
My pussy so famous. I know, no. Don't take my words and try to reflip them and all that shit. I'm reciting Megan Thee Stallion's trash ass raps. So let me reiterate that because I got to, man. That shit is so whack. That shit is so whack. And I can't believe that people out there actually believe that.
I feel like Mariah Carey. Got these niggas obsessed. My pussy famous. Get managed by Kris Jenner next. He can't move on, can't let it go.
Might get managed by Kris Jenner next. Might get managed by Kris Jenner next. Yo, y'all really think that shit is tight? Y'all really think that shit is dope? Like, come on, man. That shit is whack. That shit is whack. So whack. I almost can't even believe that. I mean, I guess. Is it really like, are you famous because you're really that dope? Or are you famous because of what happened with Tory Lanez? And I'm not trying to say that that's like, whoa, that's. I mean, a lot of people say that there's a lot of conspiracy theories with that, and I don't even want to get into that because to this day, it's like nobody knows. Well, that's the weirdest thing about that whole thing. Like, everybody has their side to the story. Of course, Tory didn't say anything. Supposedly, he's just going to do his bid, and when he gets out, which will probably be before his sentence, but when he gets out, he'll be like, yeah. They're like, hey, just do this time. And when you get out, everybody's going to just respect you, man. Like, oh, Tory's back. Tory's back. He already knows it. Like, when he gets out, like, he's just like, he's doing his time right now. And when he gets out, he's going to drop his album. And his album's going to just be fire. And everybody's going to download that shit. He already knows it. So it's like, hey, man, it's actually better for your career that you just don't say shit. And just do your time. Like, hey, Tory. Yo, man, what happened? Yo. Tory's like, hey, it's all good, homie. So that's my point, man, that Megan, man, this shit is trash. And are you famous because of the whole incident with Tory Lanez and the whole court case and the trial? It's almost like she's a Kim Kardashian rapper. Like, if Kim were to start rapping, this is how I would imagine her to be, is like a Megan Thee Stallion type of rapper. That's what it sounds like. I mean, am I wrong? That's the reason why she even said might get managed by Kris Jenner next. How did the rap go? Let me just hear it one more. It's so
I feel like Mariah Carey.
It's so trash that I don't even want to listen to it again. It's so trash that I don't even want to listen to it again. And I'm not hating on Megan Thee Stallion, man. She actually got a couple of raps. Like, I listened to her earlier stuff where I thought she has some okay stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is trash. And speaking of which, I think Nicki Minaj just dropped her single, or she said she should have dropped it if it's on time. So I'm going to go peep that out real quick. We probably can't play it on YouTube because of copyright. You know, you already know. But
I feel like Mariah Carey. Got these niggas so obsessed. Famous managed by Kris Jenner next. He can't move on.
I can't get over that line. Might get managed by Kris Jenner next. I can't get over that line.
My pussy so famous might get managed by Kris Jenner next. He can't move on, can't let it.
When she first said that, I was like, what did she say right there? I couldn't even understand what she said. I had to like rewind it and play it back a few times. Like, she's like off beat. She's off beat. Do you understand what I am saying, y'all? Y'all can go ahead and like whatever fans and stands that she may have out there, y'all can go ahead and say whatever you want to say. But I'm going to say real quick, or at least to y'all, is that she's off beat. What are you going to say about that? Are y'all going to admit that? Are you going to admit and say, yeah, you know what? Well, you know, you're a hater, or you don't know what's up with real hip hop anymore, or you don't want nobody says that. I think thankfully everybody knows that I know what's up with hip hop. At this point, I think y'all can tell. Look at my resume. Do your research. I'm out there. Yes, I've had a few record deals. Yes, I've had a few distribution deals. You're actually talking to somebody who's actually had distribution deals. There's a lot of rappers out there that haven't. And not trying to brag on that. It's just like, yo, not saying I was signed to Def Jam or anything, but hey, you know, I've done some things. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, you know, hey, we got the comments coming up right here on some of the other videos. I wanted to check in real time what's going on too, because hey, I'm paying attention. I'm not just out here dropping videos and just doing whatever. We actually out here paying attention. That part was okay. That was the only part of the song that I think was all right, where she said about the Megan's Law and you every time you get in public, you want to address me. Okay. But overall, her raps, the way her timing is, it sounds comparable to Ben Shapiro. Let's be honest, yo. It kind of almost sounds comparable to Ben Shapiro. Like, I almost hate to do this, but we might have to do this. We just played Megan Thee Stallion. Now we're going to play Ben Shapiro.
Get the stats, I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. Dog, it's a Yamaha.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to...
Like, Megan Thee Stallion's cadence is actually very similar to Ben Shapiro's. It's a very similar cadence. Like, she's like, I might get managed by Chris Jenner next. And then Ben Shapiro comes in with, look at the facts. My pocket's fat, like Lizzo. I know, man. I know. I'm not trying to impersonate this. I apologize. But it's just like, man, do y'all see what I'm saying? The lyrics are very similar. The style, the cadence. Megan Thee Stallion is a very average rapper. And Ben Shapiro comes out with his song basically telling you that. Like, he's basically telling you that a lot of you rappers are so sorry that I can do that for my first rap song, and my rap song is going to outsell all of y'all's. If there hasn't been, I mean, just real quick, we got to sound the alarm for that one. Like, yo, I don't even do what you do. That's like somebody that's like been doing the Olympics for 10 years, and then somebody saying, oh, what you're doing, that's simple. I could do that. And then all of a sudden they just come in and they just do exactly what you just did, whether if it was some flips and some somersaults and cartwheels and all kinds of jumping jacks and stuff like that. And they did all that and won the gold medal and said, see, I told you I could do that. Told you. I told you it was easy. I told you that it wasn't complicated. And you know why that is? You know why that is? It's because most of the rap that has been promoted right now is rap that's trash. And they're not promoting a high level of rap. Man, what does Candace Owens think of this? Which I'm sure she's going to probably talk about it. Tom MacDonald said he's going on Ben Shapiro this week. I'm sure Candace Owens is going to talk about it for sure. And Candace Owens also hangs out with Kanye West, so I'm sure Kanye West is aware of it. Nicki Minaj is aware of it. Megan Thee Stallion's aware of it. Megan Thee Stallion's on Rock Nation, which Rock Nation is owned by Jay-Z, so I'm sure Jay-Z's aware of it because Rock Nation is aware of it. And Rock Nation is aware of it because Megan Thee Stallion's aware of it. This is a big deal in hip-hop, man. It's a big deal in rap music. Let's see if Nicki put out her response to Megan Thee Stallion. I would assume she did, right? Let's also pull up the tweet real quick before we go to the song. I know, one thing at a time, y'all, right? Oh, here it is. Okay. This is what Nicki had to say. If y'all can see. So it's Nicki Minaj right here, her tweet. And she's basically saying right here, Ben Shapiro put out a diss record. He said his comment sections are filled with woke Karens, which is funny. He also said Nicki takes some notes. That basically, I think he said in the verse that take some notes. I'm doing this just for fun. Like, I'm not even taking this seriously, and I'm going to get this shit on Billboard #1. But that's also because, Ben, you're kind of famous. Just like where he said that he's on television and you're in prison. So she says the song is #1 on U.S. iTunes. U.S. She had to make that clear. It's U.S. iTunes. Not all of iTunes, but U.S. iTunes. I found that interesting that she points that out. Then she also goes on to say that what is really, I mean, I don't understand why she can't spell the word really. She just put RLLY, which I'm sure Ben Shapiro would check her on. And I'm not saying that you got to always spell every word correctly, but it's like, come on, you only left out like 2 letters. Like, are you that lazy that you're going to type 4 letters, but then you leave out 2 letters? It's just the laziness, man. Come on, Nicki. There's a lot of people, especially young female fans, that look up to you and that follow you. You can't be spelling your words like that. I think if you're going to write really RLLY, you might as well spell it out REALLY. Is that how we spell it? Is that how you spell it really? I think it is, right? Because, I consider myself real. So, yeah, really. Or is it RELY? See, I'm spelling it wrong. Looking at her dumbass. Or is it really? Is it really or really? Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Really. Really.
Damn, that's a nice voice.
Really.
I like the Google voices now.
Really.
Really? Yeah, I do. Really.
Really.
Okay, so. Yeah, man. She couldn't spell that word out. One more time.
Really.
That's an interesting voice that Google used for, you know what I'm saying? Our AI, watch out, yo. The AI is getting good. It's getting good. That almost sounded like a female was talking to me, right? Watch out, man. Artificial intelligence starting to get good, man. They starting to talk to you and shit. Like, damn, what's up? Like, shit, that robot was sounding kind of good. Watch out. Oh, yo, no, man. No, I know. They're going to look back at this and they're going to say, hey, guess what, man? You have a robot made now. You were talking about robots back then. You didn't think that robots were going to be this big now. Yeah, now we got robots working in our house and stuff, right? There was a movie I watched with Eddie Murphy that was trending on YouTube, and it was like a terrible movie. One of the worst Eddie Murphy movies that ever came out that I've never heard of. That I can't even believe that he even did it. I'll have to look it up, but I'm not going to look it up right now. But it's one of the worst Eddie Murphy movies that I've ever seen. But it was still like kind of good. You know what I mean? It was like one of those movies that's like so bad that it's actually kind of good. You're like, oh, wow, this is terrible. But it's so bad that I got to watch it now. You know what I'm saying? It was like so bad that it's kind of like the Ben Shapiro rap song. It's so bad that it's almost just so good. It's so bad that you like have to watch it. You have to pay attention to it. Oh man, damn, y'all got me going on some shit right now. Cause like I could go back and look at this other rapper I was looking at who was doing most death mathematics. This oh my god, this dude looked like a crackhead. And it was just like same thing, man. It was just so bad. I might have to show this to you because I'm pretty sure you guys aren't going to watch this nowhere else. And I might have to help get this guy famous. So I'm going to watch this because, it's all about giving back to people. And what he was doing was, like I said, it's just so terrible that it's good. And this Eddie Murphy movie, that's what I was talking about, was just so bad. But the interesting thing about it, the reason why I brought it up, was because there were a lot of robots in it, and it was about artificial intelligence. And I forgot when it came out, But the interesting thing was just that, wow, they were already talking about it back then. And it almost seems like the movie was so terrible that Eddie Murphy, I'm sure, probably tried to get the movie suppressed. He probably tried to get it suppressed because I never heard of that movie, really. Maybe like here and there, but he probably was like, don't show this movie to anybody. I don't want nobody knowing about this movie. But YouTube resurfaced the movie, and I watched it, and it was just, wow, terrible. But about the robots and the artificial intelligence, it was basically he had a lot of servants and a lot of robots working for him. And I was like, oh, I could rhythm suggest certain movies to you. Because, you know, they got a lot of movies on YouTube now, which is kind of dope and amazing because it's like movies I probably would never watch. But sometimes I just watch them just to say like, oh, okay, let me see what they're talking about. And then it's like, wow, that message. The movie might have sucked, but there was a message in that movie. Kind of like Nicolas Cage. I was just watching an interview with him, and he was saying the same thing. Like, a lot of people were saying, like, Nicolas Cage is one of those actors who he's in a lot of movies, and sometimes those movies tend to suck. But the fact that he just puts his A game in it, and you could tell that he really cares, is what makes the movie good. You know what I'm saying? Sound the alarm for real actors, man. Thank you. But yeah, Ben Shapiro, he's out rapping Meg Thee Stallion. Don't let me say that he's out rapping Benny the Butcher. Oh my God, man. That's almost scary. Like, to tell you the truth, it's actually almost kind of scary to me that Def Jam erased the post that they did about Benny the Butcher. And I'm thinking, like, why would y'all delete that?
My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet.
Okay, so, yeah. You're hating on me on the internet, and my comment section is filled with woke Karens. Wow, man. And that's why I was going to play that, because I wanted to go over the verses real quick.
Bitch, I still win. Nigga, ain't you here? I ain't scared of dick. Any man go against me, I handle shit. I'm a Teflon Don in the courtroom. They be throwing that dirt, don't shit stick.
I'm a Teflon Don in the courtroom. Yo, man. Her raps don't sound any much different from Ben Shapiro. I think people are texting right now. What's up? Hold on. Yeah, her raps don't sound anything different from Ben Shapiro. Her cadence is what I'm saying. Now, maybe she might be saying some things, but yeah. I hope that what's it called? That Nicki, I could play it real quick and see what it's like. Who won the game, by the way? Do y'all know? In the chat section, can y'all tell me who won the Ravens and Kansas City game? I'm assuming that Kansas City won, right? They're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. All right, so now the Detroit Lions got to do it. If the Detroit Lions do it, then I should have bet my money in Vegas. And I wasn't even trying. I should have bet my money in Vegas. Damn.
All these little rap niggas so frauds. Saying niggas be they hardest bars. These niggas hate on BBL and be walking around with the same scars.
I'm just disappointed that this is even a thing. She's cool. I mean, hey, let her get her shine. I'm not trying to be mad. I'm not trying to hate. Let her get her shine. But to tell me that you think that this shit is dope, like this is real hip hop, or this is a real female rapper, or she's one of the best to do it, it's trash, man. Like, nah, man. Wow, I see that Sports Rigged was trending on Twitter. Oh, because Kansas City won, and people are saying probably because of Taylor Swift. Well, duh. What do you think? That's why I don't watch professional sports. Or I don't watch professional sports as much anymore. I mean, I still find it interesting, but I find it kind of sad now. Like I don't think it's really real, all of it. I'll tell you right now, Detroit Lions, Kansas City, Eminem versus Taylor Swift. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm correct, y'all should send me some money on my Cash App just to show y'all that I know how to predict things that happen in the future. I could predict things. I have a talent. I'm able to see into the future. So, let's see if I'm right. Eminem versus Taylor Swift. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tweet that right now. I'm going to tweet that while I'm on this live stream right now. Now, I'm trying to see real quick if Nicki put out the song. Okay, yeah, looks like she might have dropped it. Let's see. She said she was going to drop it at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, wait, she changed it. Hey, guys. I should go to her profile so y'all can see. I was looking on the phone because I was expecting her to play it or to have it out. Jesus Christ. Maybe she had cold feet all of a sudden. Oh, did the song
My man's goose is cooked, and in jail he got booked, and I'm scared of.
They're clowning. So it looks like she's gonna put the song out at midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time. Give me a moment, y'all. I just want to check this real quick. We checking to see what's going on here. Let's go to Nicki's profile, right? I mean, that's just what we should do, right? All right, so release party. I think this is the part she said right here. Wow, and she got the picture of Bigfoot right here, which everybody's saying she's using artificial intelligence, obviously, to make her pictures. But looks like she just dropped this tweet about a couple hours ago, a few hours ago. All right. Well, I'm just trying to let's get up to date with what's going on here. So, hey guys, what did she say? The song will actually be out 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is midnight Eastern Time. It could possibly come out a tad bit sooner, but no guarantees. Nothing can, blah, blah, blah. What are people saying about this? Yeah, she said she was going to drop it now. Maybe she didn't wait. You know what I think she's doing? I think she's waiting because for two reasons. Maybe number one, maybe the song wasn't ready, or number two, she's probably waiting because, we got a big game coming up with Detroit Lions and Eminem and Taylor Swift. And by the way, I'm about to write that post right now. Give me one moment. Everybody's saying rigged. Eminem, I'm going to say Taylor Swift versus Eminem. Battle coming up. Is that what I should say? Called it. I don't know. Everybody's saying rigged though, right? Is that what's trending on Twitter right now? Let me just make sure just to see. If that's one of the key things that are trending on Twitter right now. Eminem, of course, see? All right. Well, we're going to see what happens, man. God, I hope that weak ass verse doesn't come up. Okay. So he's at the game in San Francisco, right? Is that where the game's at? The game is in San Francisco? I want to just see his promo.
What's going on with M, man? What's next, man? 2024.
Absolutely nothing. Nah, man, I'm working on a little something.
Like, you know, what?
Shout out Detroit, though, man. Yeah, I do got to say, shout out Detroit, man. My fam is from Detroit, so I do got to say, shout them out. All the footage of Eminem at the game. All right, so that's cool. I mean, how you not going to go to the game, man? Could be the last game of the season if you're not there. You got to be at the game. This is the part
Tuesday too.
First I'm a shredder, verse like I had a personal vendetta. Words come together like birds of a feather. I need a walker like Herschel. I'm better than all of you fucking little twerps put together. But I'm not trying to be controversial. I'd rather talk about shit with the purpose that matters. Like who had the second best verse on Forever. Damn. Now I got a riddle. One condition, you mustn't laugh. Okay. What is the opposite of it?
Funny verse right here, but other than that, I gotta be real. I think it was kind of trash, but it was a funny verse though. I gotta say.
Benzino. What? A giraffe. Go with his neck. How the fuck is that? How can I go with something he doesn't have? Arms so short he can't even touch his hands when they're above his head doing jumping jacks. Sorry.
That part was kind of funny, but Eminem.
I don't mean. How can I go with something he doesn't have? Arms so short he can't even touch his hands when they're above his head doing jumping jacks.
Eminem has reached a point now where he's so famous that he could just say whatever the hell he wants to say, and it's gonna sell millions of records and it's gonna get millions of downloads. And he don't even have to talk about shit. Like he's just like, hey, you know what? What you gonna rap about to this beat? Hey, you know what? Remember that cat that I destroyed his career a few years ago? I think I'm just gonna destroy him even more. I'm just gonna do another song that's just gonna destroy him even more. Why? Because I can. That's why. Because I can and because I want to. Damn, man, that's crazy.
Go with his neck, how the fuck is that? How can I go with something he doesn't have? Arms so short he can't even touch his hands when
he does jumping jacks.
Above his head doing jumping jacks. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that part was good.
Yeah, I don't mean to
but other than that, this was trash. I gotta be real with you. It was trash. But that part was good. That one little part that you said about the arm, it is kind of has potential. She's not that bad, but she's kind of trash too, you know? To me. Like I think she sounds like kind of trash. I'm not really feeling her stuff. All right, well that was that on that. We'll come back to this other thing, but yeah, Coyle Ray, if she gets the feature on that, we'll see. But
verse on Forever. Damn. Now
we'll just go back to the part real quick.
I'ma probably have to plan a funeral. Logical exams. Once again, it is off.
This is trash. This is trash, Like, you can come off better than this, man. But I don't know, though. Like, what do you tell him when you're in the studio with Eminem? Like, when he's like, what do you think of this, man? What do you think? Are you going to tell Eminem, like, yeah, man, I think it's trash? Sound the alarm. Are you gonna tell Eminem if you're in the studio with Eminem and he's like, "Hey man, what you think of this?" Are you gonna say, "Hey man, you know what? I think it's trash. I think you can come harder than that." I don't think Eminem's gonna like that, man. I don't know if you can say that to Eminem in the studio. I don't know. Because, I mean, he got Royce the 5'9" with him, obviously, at the game right now. So it's like, I don't know, man. But, it was kind of trash.
Lum at a psych ward because I strangled you with a mic cord because
I strangled you with the mic cord because I strangled you with the mic cord. Oh, man, are we talking about bars today, man? We've been talking about raps all day today, man. From Ben Shapiro to Megan Thee Stallion to Eminem. I mean, I think even a little bit about Nicki, but not really because she didn't drop her rap yet. She was supposed to drop it at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and she didn't drop it. So shame on you, Nicki. But other than that, we're talking about bars. And I really hope that y'all can like and subscribe. And thank y'all for some of the other likes coming in and subscribers. But yeah, man, we're talking about bars, yo. And like I said earlier, what do you do when you're in the studio with Eminem? And if he says to you or he asks you, "Hey, man, what'd you think? Is the verse dope? Is it cool?" And you have to actually look Eminem in the eye and tell him, "I think it was trash." Is it really about the money anymore now at this point? No, it's not. It's not about the money anymore at this point. Now what it's about is legacy. And what you're going to tell the world. Like, you've already reached a level where you're straight. Okay, now it's about what's your message. And I understand, I think, what you're doing here. But then again, it's also like, nah, shit's garbage.
I'm forever. Damn. Now I got a riddle. But I'm not trying to be controversial. I'd rather talk about shit with the purpose that matters. Like who had the second best verse on Forever.
I'm not trying to be controversial. I just want to talk about who had the best verse on Forever.
About shit with the purpose that matters. Like who had the second best verse on Forever. Damn. Now I got a riddle. One condition, you mustn't laugh. Okay. What is the opposite of Benzino? A giraffe. Go with his neck, how the fuck is that? How can I go with something he doesn't have? Arms so short he can't even touch his hands when they're above his head doing jumping jacks. Sorry, I don't mean to upset you, Ben. When I talk about all the debt you in, I hear that.
MOMG. This is so trash. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I know. I'm overplaying this. I just wanted to analyze the verses as I usually do. But yeah, we'll just play it to the end. And
That you been creeping on the low when them cheap hotels that they catch you in. Jesus Christ, dog, when you said 210.
Let me just run it to the beginning one more time.
New Eminem. Doomsday 2.
Yeah, I don't really get that verse from Eminem. I think that was a very dark and whatever verse, and I think a lot of people agree because a lot of people jumped off right there. So I guess you guys want to hear me talk. Y'all want to hear me talk some more shit? All right, I'll talk a little bit more shit real quick before I get up out of here. Cause I'll tell you right now, man, it's already been 3.5 hours. All right, I think we got the timing in. Let's go ahead and just say this, man. I don't like it. And I think that Megan Thee Stallion and Ben Shapiro and Eminem all came with a similar rap cadence style. and well, Ben Shapiro became Eminem 2.0 rap god or whatever you want to call it, even the way he looks in this video.
Get the stats, I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie,
Imagine if Eminem just came out. I don't know if he put that single out, but imagine if he dropped that at the same time that Ben Shapiro came out with this. That would just be
epic. Don't be a wap, dog. It's a yarmulke.
Don't be a wap.
Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts.
The way he looks right here, he looks serious. That's the part of the video that tripped me out. When I saw him right here, I was like, damn. Like, he's got the hoodie on like he's making fun and being funny. But then again, it's like he looks kind of serious. Like, he's not playing.
Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars.
You're blowing. Okay, so we're going to get into the lyrics.
Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1. Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison.
So I know that if we play it like that it's just, you know, informative, right? But I know that it always has more power when we read the lyrics, like how Ben Shapiro does when he read WAP or WAP, but as he calls it, WAP. Verse 2. Ben Shapiro. Let me try this. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let's look at the stats, right? I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Okay, like wet ass, P word, punani, which we know we don't want to say the other word because we want to try to keep this video as monetized as possible. And we're just going to go over the lyrics real quick and we out of here. But yeah, dog. I like how the fact that they spelled the word dog, D-A-W-G. It's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Wow. I actually had to go back and read these lyrics because this is an interesting verse. It's a yarmulke, no homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. So even if you got the money, you're still blowing the money, right? But you're blowing the money on strippers and cars. You're going to prison. I'm on television. This is the part. Dog, no one knows who you are. If we really took time to think deep on that verse that Ben says about I'm on television, dog, you're going to prison, or I'm on television, dog, no one knows who you are. Wow, who's he talking about right there? Was that a jab at Young Thug? That's the part where I was wondering. Is that? I mean, we got to really like take time to analyze that verse right there, where it's like I said earlier in this video, in the start of this whole crazy, I think somewhat rabbit hole that we went down. Is Ben Shapiro trying to be the savior of hip hop, rap music? Hell no, he is not going to be. And if you guys say, oh, Ben Shapiro's music was better than half of the other rappers that are out there, you know what? That might be true. But the reason why is because those are the rappers that the machine is promoting to y'all. And you have to know the difference. And if you don't know the difference, then technically, realistically, you're not even worth speaking to. You're not even worth addressing. But sometimes, you know what? I address y'all because some of your comments are just so ignorant that I feel that you need some type of education. Or edumacation, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, it's like, yo, man, Ben Shapiro is not going to be the savior of hip hop, of rap music. And I understand that he's saying right here in this line, you're blowing your money on strippers and cars. You're going to prison and I'm on television. Let me say this real quick, man. Ben Shapiro is Jewish. The record companies are most likely ran by Jews. Now, am I allowed to say that word or those words or speak on this culture without you guys saying, oh, well, that sounds anti-Semitic? I had one person say that just because I was speaking on the culture. But you're able to make money and monetary gain off of my culture and decide who you want to speak on behalf of our culture. But as soon as I speak on it, I'm sounding racist. But you're allowed to do that and make money off of it. It's all good, right? But if I speak on it about, hey, I'm aware of what the situation is, then it sounds racist. Okay. But my point is this, though. It's not really that. It's that Ben Shapiro is Jewish. So he comes out with the rap song and blows away all these other rappers to where even Megan Thee Stallion and her team had to take note and make adjustments to their single, to where even Benny the Butcher and his team at Def Jam had to make adjustments to their single. Multiple hip-hop rap singles dropped that day, and there were changes being made within the music industry. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. So that's my point, man. Is that now all of a sudden, I'm not sure what a lot of these other rappers are talking about. Maybe they're just talking about getting money, and this is what they doing. But I can guarantee you that if we would have took these words, where some of them are kind of funny, like, my money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. Those type of bars are something that only a Ben Shapiro can get away with. If somebody else would have rapped that, I mean, I don't know. We could, I don't want to give no ideas out there, but I'll just say this. Yo, man, you could have Drake rap these lyrics and it'll probably be successful. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. But Drake could never say that because as a black man, even though he's mixed, but as a mixed black man, he cannot talk about Lizzo like that. But, Ben Shapiro, a somewhat, I would say, openly white supremacist, can. And before people try to say, oh, Ben Shapiro's not racist, he's not a white supremacist. Oh, really? I mean, you might be right, but let me see if I can find this old tweet that he had said a while back. I mean, I know I said it in another video, but if Ben still left this up, good for him, man. I respect him more, and that's probably why he did. If he didn't delete this tweet, it's probably, he didn't delete the tweet. And this is like over a decade ago, but I remember this tweet because we covered this, where he says Israel's like to build, Arabs like to, you read the rest. I don't even want to repeat that. I don't even want to say that. But you read that tweet right there that Ben put up, and I respect the fact that he didn't delete it. You read that tweet, man, and you see that he might not be racist, but he definitely is a white supremacist. Because only a white supremacist writes some shit like that or tweets something like that. Anyways, y'all see that? Just want to make sure y'all see that. All right. You're blowing money on strippers. Let's make sure we got that in the shot. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You're going to prison. I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Wow. I mean, that's probably a jab at just all the rappers that are in prison and nobody knows who they are. All the ones on the court cases fighting these trials. Yeah, man. keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section are woke Karens. That's kind of funny. And I make racks off of compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. I've already spoke on that, Ben. You can't really talk shit about that because you had rich parents that helped you become who you are. So you can't really hate on people that live with their parents, because I'm sure that you wouldn't be where you are right now if it wasn't for your parents. This is the shot at Nicki Minaj right here. Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people down. Let's get a Billboard #1. Yeah, man, they did it, man. They did it. They crushed it. And like Tom said, how do you not see me killing it every day, kicking your ass on the Billboard charts? Anyways, yo, man, y'all tell me what you think. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Let's see if I can predict the future that Detroit Lions will be playing Kansas City Eminem stands versus Taylor Swift Swifties in the Super Bowl. And just to let you know, as the time of this video being recorded, you can see my Twitter account. I just promoted it right here. It's already got 69 hits. Like, what a coincidence. 69, one of my favorite numbers. Taylor Swift versus Eminem battle coming up. Called it. Boom. People are checking it out. I only posted this about 20 minutes ago, less than 30 minutes ago. Yeah. So yeah. And then we all heard about Snoop joining forces with Donald Trump. Yeah, man. A lot of craziness. I'm not even going to get into the Chris Sean thing about the blue face tattoo. Supposedly Chris Sean got a blue face tattoo. I might save that for another stream. You guys tell me what you think. Join me on TikTok. And I'm going to be spilling some more facts on TikTok. So join me on there. And if you guys got to know where it's at, it's TikTok/beatGrade. But I just wanted to check something real quick. What's going on here with Megan Thee Stallion? All right, whatever. We out of here, man. Peace. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go buy our hoodies, buy our shirts, buy everything. Support. Help us raise money, build the channel, get the name out there, like, subscribe. We're going to be doing more of these. I think every Sunday, my best, we're going to try to start doing this around 11, 12 at the latest. And then maybe throughout the week, we're going to figure out the day. Not sure yet. It might be Wednesdays or Thursdays, but we're going to figure out the day where we're going to do live streams consistently and tap in with y'all and make sure y'all feeling what we're doing and what's going on. So thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, I think we spoke some facts here and we got more coming up. So stay tuned, y'all. Peace.